Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Doomsday at Booty Bay, or Salty Showdown number 2. Tonight we have Team Hearth League, their competitive team, versus the New Order Esports. I'm Viraday. Joined with me is the one and only Eden. How you doing, Eden?
I'm all right. Resting up from surgery. I just got some wisdom teeth pulled out.
Oh,
So
God. Well,
yeah, been playing a lot of Hearthstone. It's been great.
playing a lot of Hearthstone. Well, yeah, and for those of you in THL, Eden was a superstar in seasons Alpha and Beta, and he's been, he's been taking his sweet time to make a big return. No
Yeah,
spoilers.
I
Uh,
keep meaning to. I just never got around to it.
Never got around to it. Okay, well let's announce the rosters. Coming from the Team Hearth League competitive team, we've got Super Sam, Dear Jason, and D Lineman. And then the New Order Esports have some big names in the top Hearthstone communities in Eversiction, Astrogation, and MTGO Stark. You can see a lot of their links below, their Twitter, their Twitch links. Additionally, Astrogation, he's Astrogation7 on Twitch. He's a really big deal on ladder. He's actually ranked 14th currently in BlizzCon points, and last month he ended top 100 on both EU and NA. So no joke there. Yeah. So are you familiar with these guys? Have you seen these guys around on ladder, Eden?
I've seen like a few of the names. I know MTGO Stark is quite solid as well. Dear Jason, I think for the first BlizzCon, he either qualified. I think he was just short, right? He got
Yeah.
knocked out by
Mm-hmm.
D2, like in the North American. So he's been ranked very high as well.
Yep.
D Lineman apparently has been tearing it up with Anyfin, so I really,
Yep.
really hope he brought Anyfin
Yep.
because I do love that deck.
Yeah, these are both sides. I mean, these obviously a lot of our audience are used to the THL names, but both sides bringing a ton of skilled players who are always kind of in the mix for the BlizzCon, BlizzCon qualifiers and whatnot. Going over their lineup really quick. MTGO Stark is going to be bringing Paladin and Mage. Uh, uh, Eversiction is going to be bringing Rogue and Druid. And Astrogation is going to be bringing Warlock and Warrior. From the THL side, Dear Jason is bringing Shaman Warrior. D Lyman is bringing Warlock and Paladin, so your Anyfin Paladin may be a reality. And Super Sam is bringing Druid and Mage. So yeah, and to refresh people's minds on the format, this is the ATLC format, best of 11 Conquest, where you have to basically win with all 6 of your decks as a team to win. And if a player gets 2 consecutive losses, they are benched, and they cannot play again until a teammate has gotten a win. So that's just a quick refresh on the format. Did you
Yeah,
watch a lot of ATLC, Eden?
I did. I just want to like for anybody who has not seen it, the format sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is. So don't worry too much about the benching rule. We can walk you through it when it comes into play. But just think of it as a 6 deck conquest format. So every deck has to win at least once. And then the benching rule is just a little quirk that's been added so that the same player can't lose all 6 matches. That's all it is.
Right.
Other than that, it's a very straightforward format.
That's a great point. Yeah, it sounds a lot more complicated, and honestly, yeah, as you said, the benching rule doesn't generally happen that much. Teams usually play around it pretty well, but it can certainly impact who they're sending forward as they want to avoid being benched.
Right.
And we're ready to jump in. So just going over they're going to open up. Astrogation is going to be bringing Warrior, and Dear Jason is going to be bringing Shaman. So the first game played is always a really big game. It kind of sets the tone for the entire match, and that's a pretty good guess. What do you think of this matchup? Like,
Well, the historic matchup was Shaman favored, but that was with a completely different deck, right? The mid-range
right,
Shaman versus Control Warrior. So, I mean, the meta now is usually aggro Shaman with the Doomhammer to your face and the Tunnel Trogs getting huge. And I think Control Warrior has the edge there, but I mean, it's very draw dependent. So,
right,
yeah, we'll see.
yeah.
And I think they're just jumping into it now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be it should be a bit of a warrior favored matchup. So yeah, we're going to be jumping into that right now. And as you said, I like that analysis a lot. Like this is with the evolution of Shaman into an aggro deck. They used to take that board control over the warrior. However, the aggro Shaman certainly struggles against all the warrior's health.
Have you played much aggro shaman?
No, I haven't. I'm not. I've played a bit of it, but
I tried it. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
It feels so. I've never been much for an aggro player, but it feels very much like you're just spraying and praying. Like you're just kind of putting everything down and then hoping you can top deck enough damage.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. It really it has like a lot of burst potential, but at the same time, like it doesn't seem like an extremely consistent class. So yeah. So looking at their mulligans, we see that this is indeed a patron warrior, which is probably the stronger, overall archetype of warrior right now. Have you played this matchup or seen this matchup much?
Yeah, I played it. I mostly from the warrior side.
Mm-hmm.
The warrior, the patron warrior, I think has a quicker win condition against aggressive decks because if you can get the patron on board, then you win because they can't clear it. Like they can't spend the burst to clear the patrons, right?
Right.
And then you put an armor smith behind it, you do a whirlwind, and you gain 8 health, and then they just can't catch you. Whereas with the traditional control warrior, you're trying to hold it off until turn 9. You can Alexstrasza yourself back up, then it takes a little bit longer. But I mean, with a patron warrior, you can have the game locked out by turn 7, turn 6.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I really like that analysis. Like the patron is just something where, as you said, like they could potentially clear it. We see a lot of burst in Dear Jason's hand, but if he uses that burst, he's never going to get through the health of the warrior.
Yeah.
And what did you think of that election for Astrogation not to trade there with the Cruel Taskmaster?
I think it's okay. He's holding 2 armor smiths. He's got a Lothab. The Lothab is going to give him an extra turn.
Right.
2 armor smith is a lot of armor. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
It's still so early.
I think it's a little greedy. I think I agree with you. I think it's okay.
Oh no! The Crackle rolled low. I'm so sorry. I think that's it, right? He doesn't have enough damage anymore.
I think it was looking really, really, really bad before.
I think it's bad anyways, yeah.
But that was kind of just the game there. He got the one roll in the Crackle, and Dear Jason's really had a terrible, terrible starting hand. Like he started well, but then
you want minions early, and then you want to draw into spells, and he just hasn't had it. And then he got his Tunnel Trog hit by the War Axe, and it's just all falling apart. And I think that's it. I mean, if you're toteming right now, then that's it. Like totem pass on turn 5. Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and again, nothing Dear Jason can really do here. His hand is not something he can really be using. He really, really needed a top deck Doomhammer there just to start at least putting in some of this face damage. Obviously, we see Astrogation's hand, and it's gonna get a lot worse for Dear Jason.
That game's over.
Yeah. And this
Astrogation, not even trading down, just doming him.
Just doming him. And this is an odd build from Dear Jason. We see the Worgen Infiltrator. Have you seen that much in?
Not in Shaman.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what he would cut.
Kind of evolving into a face hunter.
I mean that's where it comes from almost for sure, right?
Right.
But in face hunter you have stuff like Glavezuka, you have abusive sergeants.
Right, things that can potentially buff the Worgen. Sure. Yeah, Astrogation here, he's got the double armor smiths as you said before. He's got the Grom to kind of close this game out pretty quickly. He's just looking for a whirlwind or something to stack that armor.
Well, that's the other thing that makes Patron so favored against aggressive decks is that you have so many whirlwind effects. You got whirlwinds, you have your Deathbite whirlwind, you have your Unstable Ghoul whirlwind.
Right.
And so a lot of these aggressive decks play 1 health creatures, right? So you just spin, and yeah.
And this is crazy. Wow, we also see a Stormforge Axe. This is just the Patron Warrior just going face here.
Stormforged Axe.
Yeah.
Do you think that conflicts? I think that conflicts with Doomhammer. It's too many charges.
Right. Yeah, and it has the overload. So let's say you play it best case scenario on turn 2, it gets to turn 3,
Three.
4, 5. So you would still have it on 5.
Yeah.
So it
but-
would override one potential Doomhammer turn. Yeah, and now, man, we see Dear Jason trading. He's just looking for a Doom.
Vitality totem.
Rip.
Vitality totem. Just let it go, Jason. Like,
Just let it go.
like the RN Jesus just didn't want you to win this one.
Yep.
Like,
This is clearly a game you're not meant to win.
Crackle for 3. He drops the Vitality totem.
No minions after turn 2. Like, this is just such a rough game for Dear Jason. Yeah, there's just no way out of this. And is he just, so what is that? That's 7. So really just Deathbite is lethal. Nope, not quite.
Yeah, but anything, like, I mean, he can't lose.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. He can even trade here. I mean, he's getting,
And he's got a
he's
taunt.
getting 4 armor to trade. Like, insane.
And then the Vitality totem's gonna proc too.
Right. The Vitality totem.
Vitality totem.
Also, as a gold card collector, just astrogation here, he's got
No, he doesn't have the Lothab. I was gonna remark on it, but the Lothab is
not
golden.
quite there. Not quite full golden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know what? Lothab's going away, so it's like, do you really want to sink the dust into a card that you won't be able to play in standard?
Right. Yeah. It's a valid question. And it looks like Dear Jason is just gonna kind of kill himself here. Maybe give astrogation as much armor as he can.
See, here's the thing. The saddest thing is that he can't even Sudoku.
He can't even.
Oh no, he could.
Yeah,
He could. He'd have to lava burst himself.
Right. I mean, the Sudoku meta game is it really gets difficult sometimes, but he could find it. So it looks
You know
like,
what? If you look closely, you'll notice that Dear Jason is actually still playing it correctly. Like, he lava shocked the armor smith first,
Right, take out
to
the
deny the armor.
Sure. I guess he was one off being dead to board. So Dear Jason, like the professional he is, just playing the game out, and astrogation is going to easily take game 1 over Dear Jason. So new
Tap danced all over him.
tap dance all over him, and New Order Esports hopping out to that 1-0.
Okay, so you touched on this right when we started, and then we were in the game. But the first game is actually very important now because, like, Dear Jason's second deck,
which is Warrior.
Yeah. So, like, will Dear Jason queue again? Probably not, because he
Right.
doesn't want to risk being benched. So really, the first win is kind of like 2 wins.
I completely
Right?
agree. Yep. And something to point out about this, if you're a New Order, and I think you make a great point there. Like New Order now with Warrior and Shaman potentially not coming because THL will want to avoid the avoid the bench. New Order, that's a great time to send out Freeze Mage or like potentially like a Rogue, where both of those decks are really kind of bad against a Warrior and a Shaman. And so we could potentially see MTGO start coming out with a Freeze Mage or Ever.
Do we know that it's a freeze mage or not?
We don't. No, we don't.
Okay.
But if I am New Order here, I'm looking at D Lyman. He's got Warlock Paladin. Super Sam has Druid Mage. I mean, that's a lot softer field for a Freeze Mage or a Rogue than
To sneak it in.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I am New Order here, I'd love to see them bring Eversiction on the Rogue or Stark on the Mage.
I'd like to see the rogue.
Yeah.
If it is a freeze mage, you want to hide that for as long as possible.
That's fair. Yeah. And so we already have Eversiction coming up on the Rogue, so it looks like exactly what we predicted. THL's in a bit of a harder situation here because, as you said, they really shouldn't try to send Dear Jason out again
Unless they're trying to anticipate the rogue.
The old anticipate game, very dangerous game, but yeah,
so meta.
It is so meta. It really is though, it looks like. I mean, let's see here. So if you're anticipating the Rogue, I mean, the question is, I mean, Rogue is probably somewhat favored over a Patron Warrior.
Yeah, that depends who you ask. Like the patron players say the patron's favored. The rogue players like say, "Oh no, we have Blade Flurry. It's fine."
Right. So let's say you're anticipating a Freeze Mage or a Rogue. Do you send out Super Sam with Druid?
Druid is the Freeze Mage counter, but what if it's a Tempo Mage?
Right. Oh, right. Tempo Mage. They're
Because
great.
Tempo Mage is the Druid counter.
Which one?
And the Druid's kind of 50-50 against
Ancestral.
a Rogue.
Right.
Well, that's
Yeah,
shit.
Depends on draws.
Right. And
So
it looks like so if Eversiction is taking the Rogue and Super Sam is coming out with the Mage, and Super Sam is definitely known as a Mage expert. He loves Freeze Mage, but he's well known for playing Tempo as well. So both like how do you see the Freeze Mage versus Rogue matchup going?
it's a huge favor for the Freeze Mage, isn't it?
I think it depends a bit. Like I've always seen it. I play both of those classes a lot, both of those decks a lot. And I always find that like it really kind of is somewhat draw dependent. I think the Freeze Mage is slightly favored personally, but today I think I beat 2 Freeze Mages with Rogue. Like if the Rogue gets all the minions out and then can drop a Lotheb, the Rogue certainly can burst down the Mage faster than the Mage can clearly get its combo off. So it's really how defensive can the Mage be?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking back to like the old school days with like Miracle,
right?
And the gadgets in, because Freeze Mage was kind of the only counter when Miracle was on top.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a fair point. Miracle certainly struggles against it, and like other decks, like for instance, like a Mali Rogue probably would struggle because they only have their one burst. They don't have the repetitive damage that Oil does. And I think that like the Oil Rogue the Oil Rogue definitely has a better shot against the Freeze Mage. I would probably say it's maybe a 55-45 split.
Even then it's tough because like there's shenanigans you can do where you like Frostbolt their face and then they can't swing in and then do the Blade Flurry.
Yeah, and the Rogue kind of like the Doomsayer is kind of awkward because like they can sap it, but the fact
that doesn't solve the problem.
Exactly. Like if it comes back the next turn and they don't have the correct it still can be kind of a weird minion. And if they don't have sap, the Doomsayer is just... If the Doomsayer goes off against, 2 or 3 minions from the Rogue, it's usually just the game.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we're going to get into that quickly. But yeah, it should be a really exciting game. That is, by the way, assuming that Super Sam is bringing the Freeze Mage. As you said, he could be bringing Tempo Rogue. I'm sorry, Tempo Mage. What do you think of that match?
I think Sam is bringing the Freeze Mage just because I think at the higher levels, you don't really want because people call it Casino Mage, right?
Right.
Like, I kind of feel like you can outplay someone with a Freeze Mage.
All right.
Like Tempo Mage is a lot of fun on ladder because you can play as many games as you like and you just like seeing what happens.
Well, it looks like they are playing right now, so we're in this game. Eversiction with the what looks to be just like a standard Oil Rogue.
Looks like a Freeze Mage. I see the ice block.
And there's the Freeze Mage. So we're gonna get a really, really cool matchup. So this is definitely an Oil Rogue. Looks pretty standard, and Super Sam with the Freeze Mage. So yeah, this will be a really interesting matchup. These are two decks that I adore. So I'm pretty excited to see these well piloted. And both of them with, I would say, oh wow, we see a Novice Engineer. Could it be Reno?
This is such a dangerous play to coin up the SI onto the Mad Scientist because you don't know if that's going to pop a Mirror Entity.
Right.
And then the Mirror Entity gives you the SI and you just feel so sad because that interaction makes no sense.
Oh, absolutely. No, it doesn't. I do want to point out, we saw the golden coin from Eversiction, so...
Oh, he did it!
He has
all gold.
Full golden Rogue. I believe Super Sam, from what we've seen, it looks like he has the full golden Freeze Mage, so this is not a beggar's party. No plebs allowed.
This is a posh party.
Yeah. So Super Sam with a lot of early cycle. He had the.
I think you just keep drawing.
Yeah, he has a lot of
cycle.
Seeing.
So you know what? He's pretty desperate for this Doomsayer to go off.
Oh yeah. I mean, this hand from Eversiction is incredible. He has so many minions. He gets a Lotheb, and it could be just game.
Yeah.
This amount of minions is just really big for the Rogue. If they get really stuck in this matchup when they can't really put pressure on the Mage.
Right. But it looks like he drew all his minions.
Right, exactly.
Like he's missing one Teacher and one Drake, and then probably the Edwin.
Yeah, Edwin.
And then that's all his creatures.
I mean, yeah, and then the Thalnos.
Dude, if this Doomsayer is not gonna go off, but if it went off, that would be the game.
So do you prep the sap here? You go with the Azure Drake's, yeah, Azure Drake prep sap. Just and there's a lot.
Oh, the Loatheb! So the game is gonna get locked out.
I
It's
mean,
really dangerous.
Yeah, I really think that's like just the game right there. That
and then he's got like Loatheb. Oh, he can't. Like, you know what? He could do Loatheb prep oil for 3 damage. Oh, he has another Frost Nova.
Yeah, that's awesome. Frost Nova is really big for Super Sam here. It's gonna force Eversiction to have. Oh, he doesn't have a Blade Flurry. Can he even handle that?
Not unless he gets like. Oh my god, it's gonna go off.
Wow.
Oh my god, it's gonna go off.
It's gonna actually go off. A huge. That's so rare that a rogue cannot handle a 7 health minion. Huge blow for Eversiction. Super Sam etches a huge break because really, just to explain that Loatheb would have protected Eversiction's board.
That Loatheb would have pushed like
20 damage.
Plus the Loatheb, 19 damage, yeah.
19 damage, and that, like, for a rogue, 19 damage from minions is insane.
Is insane.
Because a rogue has things like Eviscerates, Blade Flurries, Oils, and
Prep Sprint. Prep Sprint would have been nice for the Doomsayer turns, so that you're at least doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not even doing the Prep Sprint. He just launched the oil. I don't like that, no.
It's a really aggressive play, but then he traded the 1/1 minion. I guess he's...
It's to stop the ping, but that's not gonna do you any good, I don't think.
Oh, wow, we see Malagos.
Yeah, Mally!
And Super Sam's gonna let that live. The 6/2 minion.
He's got no fear. What's his secret?
He's got
Ice Block.
He has the
but
Ice Block.
Still, that's kind of scary.
He's got the second Ice Block in his hand. He's got the heal bot. I mean, Super Sam has
He doesn't have enough damage, though. He still needs a Thorson proc. What is he doing? Why would you not kill the... Just Frostbolt it! Oh my god.
Yeah, it's definitely a bold move by both players. Honestly, these guys are kind of...
Why is he putting in the dagger?
Well, he has the second oil. And he's got the blade.
Oh no, man.
I don't
like any of this.
We're both so confused.
Hey, listen, it's gonna work. It's gonna work for someone. This is not my personal preference.
Yeah, I think we both probably would have played this game slightly different. And by slightly,
probably... But Loatheb is gonna own him right now.
Yeah, also...
But then why would you put the dagger in? Because then you could have flurried this turn. Now he can't do the... Now he can't get Loatheb down.
How is Eversiction at 15 health? Did I miss something? Oh, he got fireballed in the face last time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But that doesn't... Oh, he does have... Does he have enough damage with, like, Thalnos? Frostbolt Icelands is 10 plus the Thalnos is 3. That's not even enough damage.
He has... Yeah, he's got 4...
That's only 14 damage with the ping.
So I don't really relying on top decks here. Right? Does he have double Frostbolts?
He has another Ice Block, but he could have got owned by Loatheb. See, this is why I didn't like him cashing the dagger, and you should have held the 4/1, because the 4/1 is such a big threat.
Right.
Because then he could have had Loatheb down.
Yeah, I mean, Loatheb is going to beat Super Sam here, right? Because Super Sam is going to block up. He doesn't have quite the kill. He's got 8 plus 5 plus 6.
He's 1 damage off.
So
actually,
he has to Ice Block, and then he's going to have to put in some burn.
Yeah,
Oh, is he not using any of his burn this turn?
Well, he's going to try to cash it, because now he has lethal, but the Loatheb is going to eat him.
Yeah, Loatheb just is going to finish this game. I think both these players played kind of greedily, but Sam was the one who got caught with his pants down with the Loatheb.
Yeah, but then, like, he also... Like, you don't think there's going to be a Loatheb because of that weird dagger hit? I don't know, man. Like,
yeah.
It's so hard to read.
It's pretty odd. I actually really...
Like, also, casting is just easier because you can see both hands. But I feel really strongly about putting the 4/1 dagger on face.
Yeah. There's absolutely nothing that Super Sam could do at this point. There's literally nothing that'll save him. He could try clearing the board and like freezing the face. Oh no, he can't do that because there's a Lotheb, right?
He can't even yeah, he can't even put the blizzard down.
What to do?
He's
What
dead
to
no
do?
matter what happens right now.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's already used both Frost Novas.
Yeah, both of them were. I think it was almost like it kind of reminded me of a Hunter Mirror, where they both were
It's
like
just
kind
weird.
of daring the other player to like trade and
Trade first.
right,
Yeah.
and like take away their targets, and they play this
What
really
to do?
quickly.
What
And the
to
difference
do?
is, Eversiction has Lotheb in his deck, and Super Sam does not.
Time runs out
And as I
of
said when before this game started, the rogue is going to be faster. So
I just feel like that you should be more scared of Lotheb though, right?
I think that's fair. I mean, Lotheb is in every rogue deck, so I think you have to consider it. And
Also, it's like the thing that you're most scared of as a Freeze Mage player.
also, was that an enormous miss? Oh no, he's
No,
still
it doesn't
lethal.
matter.
Okay,
He has tons of damage.
I hadn't counted up the damage on board, but I think Eversiction was just making the point that Super Saiyan was dead no matter what, even with that play. All right, well, wow, New Order jumps out to a 2-0 lead. That was a highly technical game that
We got to the
um,
end. You know what? The good news on this is that we get to see the Mali try and go off again.
That's true.
Because I'm a huge sucker for Malagos.
I think everyone's a huge sucker for Malagos, especially.
I don't think you should run Malagos and Freeze Mage. Because what do you cut? I guess you cut the Tony, right? You cut Antonidas. But
Yeah,
Antonidas is clearly better than Malagos. So what are you even doing?
right. Yeah, I think. I mean, Frozen recently brought it to to Tuesday Night Hype and won with it, but I think it was a slightly different build.
Yeah, you can win, but like, where does Malagos beat Antonidas? It's like it only helps.
Yeah, it's an interesting. I mean, maybe
By
it's
one
better
turn.
in the priest matchup. Maybe.
But then you need. I don't even think so, because with Antonidas you can stock up on fireballs. Because like, okay, so Malagos gives you 5 damage per spell, right?
Right.
But then Antonidas gives you 6 damage per spell through fireballs. It just takes more
It
time.
just takes longer. Yeah, it's interesting. I've always preferred the traditional Antonidas, but Super Sam's pretty passionate about Freeze Mage, and I mean maybe he was also just trying to bring something a little unexpected.
Yeah, maybe it's just trying to be cool.
Yeah,
that's
always the
no. That's, you know what? Because this is like a show match, right? Like
it's a script match. He might have just been bringing something a little more offbeat. Well, regardless, New Order just starting off really strong. They are now down to
fast 2-0.
Yeah, they're up. They just have MTGO's Paladin and Stark, or I'm sorry, MTGO Starks, Paladin and Mage. Astrogation still has Warlock, and Eversiction still has Druid.
Okay, so let's talk about possible next classes.
Yeah, so they can bring anything at this point, right? I mean, so Super Sam lost with the Freeze Mage, and they found out it was Freeze Mage, which is
kind of a big deal, yeah.
Pretty big deal. And Super Sam also brought Druid. So what are you looking to sneak out while Freeze Mage and Druid are gone? Anyfin Paladin from MTGO Stark?
Oh god, I really hope so.
That
Because
would-
that's what you're most scared of, right? Like as the Anyfin deck,
Yep.
pretty much everything else is playable at least.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the Druid, because the Druid combo is faster than your combo.
Right.
So it's faster than the Anyfin combo. So you just die to it all the time.
Right. And that's I think that's like Super Sam has the 2 anti-Anyfin decks. Absolutely. So if Stark is playing Anyfin, I would 100% expect to see that.
I don't think he's playing Anyfin. Nobody plays that deck.
Like Secret Paladin is probably just much better. And so but this is what I'm saying. So if THL sees that Stark doesn't bring the Paladin, they can assume it's a Secret Paladin, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, but I mean that's a lot of layers of
a lot of deep into the meta.
Yeah, exactly. You've gone down the garden path at that point.
Gone down the garden path. Well, we find out that Eversiction is coming straight back with Druid, and THL is taking the super
Ooh.
dangerous road of sending Super Sam back out with Mage. This is a strategy
He
we
just wants a
saw.
do-over.
Yeah, and this is a strategy we saw Super Sam take. Or I'm sorry, not Super Sam. We saw this in the THL All-Star games, where when teams were really starting to fall behind, they would take these kind of aggressive gambles, right? In order to catch the other team with their pants down. The thing is, it's not going to pay off this time.
Do you know that it's going to be at the mage again?
Yes, yeah, we have
Oh, it is.
news that it's going to be
Okay.
Super Sam on the mage, and it's going to be Eversiction on the druid. This is a matchup that obviously is very favored towards the druid, and Super Sam is going to really have his hands full. I think that
You asked for
the
it.
Mali mage is probably even less favored.
Against the druid? There's nothing you can do against
Maybe
the
it
druid.
isn't. I don't know. Like
No, because they have BGH, they have Lothab, they have 2 lores to heal up after. Like, you can win if you draw very well and the druid misplays. But all the druid has to do is stack armor. Because the druid can still stack armor. Like, not as much as a warrior, but they can stack enough. So that after Alex, you're still sitting at 19, 20 health. And then you go BGH lore, yourself. And then, anytime you...
Oh, you're
You
saying
threaten the
after the
savage
Alex, right? You BGH the Alex and lure yourself. Interesting
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Eversiction, really interesting. Eversiction elected to drop the Shade and the Lotheb. What do you think of that?
Honestly, I don't think it matters.
You
This
just- yeah.
matchup. You just hero power. Like, you kind of play like a warrior. Your board is so threatening, so they
Right.
have to respect your board because they know that you're running Lotheb and they know that you're running combo. So a lot of the times they'll be forced to Frost Nova or they'll be forced to Blizzard earlier than they would like because they don't know if you could shoot them down next turn, right?
Right. And I just want to comment on Eversiction's turn there. He took a while to hero power when he had absolutely nothing to do. I really like that. That's kind of a next level play and competitive.
Oh yeah, totally. That's
You know-
that's so try hard. Come on.
It's so try hard, but you have to.
It's like these-
it out.
Yeah, I know. It's a cool thing to do, I guess,
Right.
for a show match. But like, it's oh my god, you see these kids on ladder who like rope on the mulligans, and you're like, I know that it technically does help, but come on.
Right. I see what you're saying. Well, Super Sam has a pretty strong start here. He's got the ET, which is huge in this matchup. And he's got a lot of his cycle cards, and he's got
Would you wrath here,
the combo.
or would you just swipe the face?
I
options.
swipe the face, I guess, is fine. I don't know. That's kind of a hard call.
You know what? I think swipe the face is better because you already have your 5 and your 6. Like, if you didn't have the nice curve, then it's wrath to dig. But if you already have 5, 6, then you're okay. I would silence that. I totally would. Holding 2 keepers, I would not think twice. I would silence the Acolyte. It's so good to silence that Acolyte.
Right, he gets no draw out of it. The question is, has he already drawn enough? He has drawn enough. He has 2, 4. I mean, he's drawn a lot, so maybe the silence. Yeah, the silence.
It's the freeze mage like the freeze mage always wants to draw because they have so many situational cards. The freeze mage like never has enough cards.
Right, and this is really awkward for Super Sam. I guess he's gonna have to use a Frostbolt here.
No, that's totally fine. And then trade in. Yeah.
Not entirely sure what the whoops was for, but Super Sam's doing very well considering this is turn 6. But Eversiction's hand is really, really, really awkward.
Yeah, but I mean he's holding a bunch of combo pieces. He has a 0 mana living root, so his combo now is 16, not 14. Oh, he's gonna play it? What? I don't think you put him as 1/1s. Not in this matchup. What are 2 1/1s gonna do? They're just gonna get
Also,
caught.
I'm 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, so if Eversiction could have milled Super Sam there, and he would have actually milled the Alex had he killed the
No, because he'd still draw the Alex. He'd mill the next card.
Well,
Oh no, you're right.
yeah,
yes.
Alex was the next card. So that's why Super Sam said oops. He basically set himself up.
Oh yeah, that makes
And
sense. Oh, he set
Eversiction
himself.
really oddly did not take advantage of it.
No punish. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's overrated. Like if you can do it,
I
stick it to your
100%
game
agree.
plan,
I
then
think
do it. But like sometimes people like go to the way and they give the Acolyte 3 draws just to mill 1 card, but really you just gave him 2 cards.
I completely agree. As a combo player and someone who plays a lot of freeze mage, I think that's like one of the most overrated things, milling a card. It would have, but in this case, I think it was actually like kind of common sense just to kill the blood mage, and it like just to, it wasn't way out of the way for Eversiction, and
Right.
yeah. So Eversiction here, can he do much in terms of the way of combo?
He's got double combo, so he can just kill him next turn.
Right, and he's setting
on turn 8. He's not gonna play around it on turn 8.
yeah.
Who's gonna play around 22 damage on turn 8?
Super Sam, like he did see the ET come down, so he's.
Oh no, he can't. He can't double next turn. I lied, but he can double on turn 9. So maybe he will. Maybe he'll play around it.
Yeah, oh, he finds the ice block, so even if the scientist... Oh, he finds both ice blocks. That's
Ice blocks.
really bad.
Wrecked.
Alright, so Super Sam's going to try to clear up
Holding
this board
2.
a bit.
Yeah, but he's holding 2 keepers.
Yep, won't do much. Eversiction already getting the keeper ready. Super Sam definitely trying to stall a bit. He has the Alex, he has the ET, but not a whole lot of burn. Oh, I guess he's got 9. Okay.
I must safeguard the land.
I think stacking the armor here is pretty important.
Yeah, and he elects to do that. Okay.
You know what? He has lethal next turn.
Yeah, at what is that? That's 34
35.
life.
34. Remember when you were safe at 34?
Yeah, remember when you're safe at 34? Super Sam could get the Alex out here, but he's kind of bluffing.
Oh, this is super money, man. Last Nova.
Very strong play from
Awesome.
Super Sam. This is a decent hand for Alex or for ET. Not the best, but certainly could be worse. And this is kind of where like, how is Malygos going to help him in this situation? Like
There's a few options here. You silence the ET, or you can silence one of your own creatures and kill the ET.
right. He's gonna go with the silence ET, and this is an enormous board. You can't even fit combo on this board.
Yeah, but that means you win. If you can't fit the combo on, that means you're doing okay.
Well, so Super Sam picking up a burn spell. Now Alex and Ping is an option.
Blizzard actually would be pretty sweet because the Blizzard freezing the board actually locks out the combo.
Right, and it also
What is going on in this game? Druid, please.
Super Sam with how much is that? That's 7 plus 6. He's got.
You know what? If he top decks Mally, he could totally still win.
Yeah, he needs Mally, or he needs another burn spell. He already used his spell power with Thanos.
But what is this Lothar
That Lothar
here?
does nothing. Super Sam is just going
He's
to.
gonna get yeah.
Super Sam is just going to Alex and Ping and pray he finds some damage. Eversiction popping the Mad Scientist is a really like heads up play, but it doesn't. Oh, he finds the Mally.
So that's it. He wins. What?
No.
Yeah, he wins because he has an ice block.
But
His block is still up.
The Mally doesn't really do anything.
Oh yeah, no, you just go Mally Frostbolt Icelands, and that is.
But he doesn't have enough mana to play Ice Lance after the Frostbolts.
Isn't it discounted?
No.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, so the Mally, that's what I was saying. The Mally doesn't really interact with his hand well.
Oh, it doesn't.
Fireball.
But he has Fireball.
Actually, Mally literally does nothing to this hand.
No, that's 5 damage.
Because the Frost...
Oh no, but the Frost Lance. Yeah,
the
right.
Ice Lance acts as a Mally, if you will.
Right.
It's basically a Mally with a ping. So
Right,
Eversiction's
which you
gonna
could
pop.
do.
It's not gonna be that much.
It's not, but then he's gonna go Ice Block, Fireball, Ping.
He's gonna get him on 1 health too. That's pretty fortunate for him.
Yeah, but I mean he's got a bunch of other stuff too.
Absolutely, that's true. Absolutely true with the Force of Nature.
He's still got the Force of Nature. Just remember to armor up this turn, and you're fine. No! Don't play the Darnassus. Armor up.
Yeah. Oh, he does armor up. He does armor up.
Okay.
Oh, he innovates
Innervate
out the
Darnassus.
Darnassus.
I don't know. Sure, if you want. What difference does it make?
Interesting.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
Okay,
well,
okay.
Super Saiyan-
Arcane Intellect, baby. Let's do this.
He's got 6 cards left. It's almost guaranteed to find it. Nope.
There's some shenanigans you can do with like Blizzard Doomsayer.
Yeah, he's just gonna go with the fireball here, and I guess the ping. He's already seen the Lotheb, so like he doesn't fear anything. But he only has 1 turn. What does he?
So
need?
what wins?
He
The other
needs
Ice Lance.
Ice Lance. He's got.
You know what? That's not enough. The other Ice Lance is not enough, is it? Oh no, it is enough.
It's
exactly.
It's exact lethal. Yep. And it's a 1 in 4. He has 4 cards left, so 25% chance to find lethal. And this is a situation where like, so if he had Antonitis, he would have won. So he can't. Because he can't ping the Acolyte. And even if that's Doomsayer, it doesn't save him, obviously, because of this. Yeah. So he loses, and that's going to be a benched THL. A benched Super Sam.
Super Sam. Yeah.
You gotta start inspecting this Malygos. I don't think the Malygos is.
See, this is what I mean. Like, it's just not as good as Antonitis. Antonitis would have won.
Exactly.
Right? He would have picked up 2 fireballs.
Into Ice Block. And he would have won. Well, regardless, it looks like Eversiction is going to. He's got the market on Super Sam, and he
Super Sam, please.
And THL dropping to 0-3 start. Pretty rough.
Yeah, I know. It is rough, and it's especially sad to me because I love Malygos, and Druid is just. I mean, Druid is a good deck, but everybody plays Druid.
Right. Absolutely, everybody. So that actually, we didn't really think we'd see this tonight, but it is going to be. Super Saiyan will be benched until THL can find a win, and
it's an 0-3 right now. So.
Yeah, it is. It does get easier to find the wins as the field of classes shrinks from New Order. They have Paladin and Mage. MTGO Stark has yet to play actually.
We don't know what their mage is still, and
we don't know what their mage is.
We're assuming the Paladin is secret. Like if it's a secret Paladin, that secret Paladin is getting at least 1 win in 6 games. So let's just not count that one. Like, there's no deck that beats it 6 out of 6 games.
Yeah, that's a great point. Secret Paladin will find a win. Freeze Mage can be cornered easier. We see that Astrogation is going to be coming out with the Warlock. So this is really interesting. So
Warlock is so good right now.
The way that New Order played this is they left MTGO Stark last. And what that'll mean is the bench won't even matter to them. Like, MTGO Stark cannot be benched. He can just keep losing, and it's kind of an interesting strategy that they did here. They just sort of didn't bring his classes out. Astrogation.
I don't know if that's I wonder if that's on purpose or if that's just a thing that happened.
Coincidental.
Like,
yeah.
With the way with the bench threat, and then they wanted to sneak the rogue in.
Right.
Yada yada yada.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So if you're a THL, how are we going to stabilize? Like, we are down. Guys, we're down 0-3. Like, let's regroup. Who can we send out to just find a win?
Okay, so if from the THL side, what's left is Paladin, Mage. Yeah. You can't play Super Sam. So there's Paladin, Mage, and what's the last class?
They have Paladin. They have no, they don't have Mage because Super Sam is benched. They have Warlock, Paladin, Shaman, and Warrior.
No, I meant on the NOE side.
Oh, NOE. Oh, I'm sorry. NOE has Paladin, Mage, and Warlock.
Warlock. Okay. So if you're THL,
I guess you send out like a.
I guess the Warrior.
That's what I was thinking as well. You send out the Warrior. It like if it's Patron, it can take out the Paladin. If it's Freeze Mage, it could take out the Mage. The Warlock is going to be trouble. Unless it's Zoo.
Yeah, but I mean, you just kind of have to get lucky at this point. You're down 0-3.
You're down 0-3. The Warlock isn't going to be too great against like a Freeze Mage. If it's Zoo, it could do good against. I mean, yeah, if the Warlock is Zoo, then you're taking a huge gamble because then you're going into their Warlock or their Freeze Mage.
Do you think it's going to be Zoo though? Because I think Reno is more likely. Although Patron's not great against Reno either.
I'm almost positive it will be Reno. So Reno might be a good bet here. Reno generally can take the win from the Secret Paladin. It's kind of the Freeze Mage Reno Warlock matchup is really awkward. And
I like the freeze mage for that.
I also like the freeze mage for that. I think a lot of pros like the freeze mage, but on ladder, a lot of the freeze mages misplay it. It's a matchup where like you just have to play it really slow, and then
Yeah, just go slow. You get 4 fireballs.
exactly,
And then they Reno, and you're like, well, I have 4 fireballs, so so suck on it.
yeah, and
Because
like,
because the warlock can't really burst, right?
exactly.
Well, they do have that weird one now. It's like Reno with the combo.
Right. Yeah, the combo Reno lock.
But it's so inconsistent because it's one of everything. So
right, and that's the thing with the Reno lock. Like you can't tap too much to find the Reno.
Right, because
then they'll just OTK you without even using Alex. But if you don't tap, you might not find the Reno, and then they'll just kill you really easily. So it's kind of weird. So it looks like D Lyman is going to be coming up with the Paladin and Astro.
Oh, sweet!
So D Lyman,
dude, listen, Anyfin like rocks Reno so hard. It does because they Reno, and then you're like, well, this is my second Anyfin, so it does 44 damage.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, the Reno combo lock, I think, is actually closer to a 50-50. Because, like, you can't...
Because they can combo you?
Right.
I don't know. You can float pretty high, though. You have 2 Belchers, 2 heal bots, 2 lay on hands.
Yeah, you have a lot of healing, but the thing is, if they can hold the board for just, like, 1 turn towards the end of the game... I mean, the combo does, like, 24 damage. So, Is
it 24? You need some Thorson procs to get to 24, right?
Oh yeah,
no,
the combo relies on the Thorson procs because it's Leroy plus power
plus abusive,
which does 12.
Okay, so yeah. Right. So the basic one is 20, and then with the abusive, you can get to 24, and then you can get like multiple POs as well off of the Dark Peddler.
Right. Well, all of this speculation is for naught. Ostrogation is actually playing.
It's not even. Yeah, it's not even.
This is a matchup that's like. This is a matchup that I think is favored slightly towards Anyfin, but
I think Anyfin can beat this. But it sometimes you get these god hands as you, and then you drop Defender on 4, and then there's an egg in the way, and you can't clear.
Yeah, 100%. The acidic swamp is gonna be lonely, not doing much.
I really hope Anyfin happens.
Yeah, I mean D Lyman, he did get top 100 at one point. I think he got up to around 50 legend with this deck.
Yeah.
So he's definitely the right.
I heard there was a guy who went to rank 1 with an Anyfin deck. Yeah.
Wow, crazy.
Playing 2 humilities.
Double humility. Oh right, that was Neville's, right?
No, Neville's never hit rank 1.
Okay.
Neville's had this around like 400s.
Okay.
But Neville's had a weird deck.
Right. Well, this is going to be interesting. Astrogation started...
I really like these Tempo Doomsayers. That's like one of my favorite things about this deck.
Astrogation started off really strong, but his hand is awful.
It is. He's already... He's drew his deck backwards.
Yep. And he's got the double Doom Guard, which is the nightmare of a
and then no value Defender. Oh, sad times.
Right. Absolutely. And whenever the Anyfin has board against Zoo, you know it's a rough time for the Zoo.
It's a very rough time.
I will point out that D Lyman has no draw mechanics in his hand, so
whatever.
He could be, I don't know, like oh wow.
Nah, he's got a True Silver. He's gonna go
oh my
chop
God.
Stuff down. True Silver's so good against Zoo. Deal 8, heal 4. Are you kidding me? For 4 mana? Outrageous.
And he has the Aldor for this Lotheb.
He has the Aldor for or the Doom Guard as well.
Yeah, the
He's
Implosion.
4. M4. No, Intuition. See, this is just not his day. That's it. D Lyman's getting us on the board. Let's do this.
D Lyman is getting THL on the board.
I'm calling it now. I'm gonna be one of those casters.
You're gonna be one of those casters. Game is over.
What's he gonna do?
You got the Intuition and the game ended.
The game's over.
Well, I think Defender of Argus is a good place to start.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh, I don't know. Finding the egg along with the brawn, I might have dropped the egg there.
And then what? Brand double Defender.
Right, because you could do that next turn, and then
the
he needs a full clear at that point. Yeah, D Lyman his hand is a little subpar for sure. He also is playing the keeper, which
Do you think D Lyman has 2 humilities? Because I really think double humility is important. If you're
I
gonna
don't
run
believe he is running 2 humilities. I think he might.
This is the problem I had with this deck, is that you don't have enough spells for your pyromancers. Without double humility, like you really only have consecrate and equality.
Right, and yeah, yep, I completely agree, because you don't want to use the solemn vigil as a spell prior to.
You can't. Yeah, it costs too much. Like
Right.
the only way you get solemn vigil value is after the pyro equality.
Exactly.
Everything dies, and then you can cast it for 0.
100%. Well, the bluegill seems okay here. Like
Bluegill's okay. Just
clean
ran
up
it
his board
in.
a little bit.
Freshen up your weapon. I would just refresh the weapon.
Sure.
There's also a cute thing you can do where you like bluegill and then turn it into a 3/3, and then it sticks.
That's adorable. This is a very cute play. Yeah, that's actually a really nice play. I think D Lyman really values that 3/4 body too. Like having the 3/1 is nice, but 3/4 is just really, really solid. Astrogation's got some big bodies of his own to throw out on this board.
Yeah, but they all cost too much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What do you?
He could. He could Lotheb into an abusive, but his
abusive to clear the keeper, but then it's just it doesn't feel cool.
Right. That's
then what's
fair.
the defender doing? Hitting for 2?
Yeah, and oh wow, okay. So D Lyman finally got some draw. I'm pretty sure he's happy to see that with only 5 cards in hand. He can
Aldor's
just Aldor.
coming down,
Yep,
right?
Aldor's
Yeah.
very strong here.
Do you just pop the egg and kill it yourself? That is possible.
You've seen 1 defender and you've seen 1 wolf. He might do that. Yep, he is. He's so far ahead.
Because why not? You have so much health to play with, anyways.
Right. Great play. Astrogation will be able to start. He can start emptying this hand a bit though. Oh wow, and there's the wolf. So he can he play like Brawn?
He can discard 4 cards if you want.
He could discard 4 cards.
Is he
Brawn
gonna
plus the
tap?
direwolf. He can kill.
He's gonna tap last. Unless he's gonna Doomguard now.
Is it Doomguard time?
I guess it's Doomguard time. Do you think that's one of those things where like, oh, I think I misplayed, but I didn't misplay because I actually was just gonna Doomguard.
It's a great point. Like, do you take the shame of the misplay?
I would just play if I was him. I'm like, oh, that was a misplay. I'm Doomguarding now.
Right. No, absolutely. Because if he taps now, like everyone in Twitch.
But the thing is, with this huge pause, that kind of implies. Right, and because it was a Doomguard, he just Doomguarded.
Right.
I think he misplayed, and he's hiding it.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, losing Brawn and a Doomguard.
Oh, and I would have had the Doomguard on the outside of the abusive, to the right of it, just because the abusive will die easier. It turns out not to matter here, but I mean that's a very small thing.
And
he's gonna get an arcane intellect. Oh no, he isn't. He's gonna get a 2-mana solemn vigil. Nice.
What is that? Is there anything that? Nope, there's nothing that 2-mana 2.
You could have put the pyro down and then killed the abusive. He's so far ahead. You can do it now even.
Second
you can go pyro,
vigil.
solemn vigil.
Old Merc guy. This is. It looks like your expert casting skills are correct.
Yeah, I called it 4 turns ago, man.
Because like on all reality, how many 4 months? How many threats does Astrogation really have left in his deck? He has probably a Dr. Boom.
Sea Giant,
oh wow.
maybe. Yeah. Boom, Sea Giant.
Boom, Sea
Tempo
Giant.
Gormok.
Tempo Gormok.
It's time for the Tempo Gormok. Feels bad, man.
Feels real bad. Oh, and there's Doomsayer. Oh,
Tempo Doomsayer. Let's do it.
So many buffs. Is there anything?
No. Listen, Tempo Doomsayer, and then you get your like super cheap Solemn Vigil. I love that synergy. Doomsayer into Solemn Vigil.
Anything Astrogation can find here?
Tons of stuff.
Oh,
and then it's a zoo deck. He just needs 1 damage. He needs 1 damage. He can find it, but then like that lets your but then all that kind of stuff lets your healbot stick. Like it's not a big deal if your Doomsayer dies. You're not counting on it to go off.
Oh right, no, absolutely.
Like,
I'm just saying.
At this point, it's a 2-mana heal 7. You're totally okay with it. You're just killing time until you draw your anything.
Absolutely. Oh, Lay on Hands is a nice one too. He really certainly needed that card draw. And this is kind of awkward here.
You can go Pyro, Solemn Vigil, get a Whirlwind on.
Pyro, Solemn Vigil, run.
You know what? I wouldn't. I think just Solemn Vigil is okay. Even.
Yeah. I
Just
agree.
get two cards.
I think Solemn Vigil's fine. Like you're gonna find an equality or a consecration, and that'll just clean up the board next turn.
He hasn't had any yet, right? There's 4 of them still.
He's got 4 board clears in his bottom 14 cards.
Yeah, so he'll be fine.
Yeah.
And you got a heal bot still in there. You got 2 Belchers. You got the other lay on hands. You have so much time.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the. I kind of like
Draw
this.
3. I would rather just draw 2.
I like this play more because he gets the more expensive spell out of his hand. Like, it's very unlikely that he'd want to play. Well, I guess the consecration would have been playable, huh?
No, I think draw 2 is good. You draw 2 cards. And then you could, like, what if you draw a Belcher? Then you could put the Belcher down. There's tons of stuff you could have played.
Oh man, look at all this consecration fodder. Astrogation, not with many options left.
Do you even play the Flame Imp? I guess you have to, right?
Yeah, but man, he just drew 3 cards. This feels.
He's gonna get wrecked.
This is just like a full.
Especially if he doesn't. Oh, he is gonna trade. Okay. Especially if he doesn't trade, he's gonna get super wrecked. He's still wrecked.
Yeah. Yeah, I would probably just go with the single consecration Belcher play.
Nah, Pyro Consecration. You get the little spider tokens. So you Solemn Vigil after that for 0 mana. Come on.
I see. Oh, I guess he could go with the consecration Solemn Vigil.
Consecration Pyro Consecration. That clears the board.
Well, he goes consecration Pyro
Pyro
Solemn Vigil.
You need the consecration to get the Gormok, don't you?
Wait,
Pyro!
Wait, why is he
Pyro? Pyro, please.
Wait, so why not Pyro?
Well, he wants the Pyro to live. You don't want to go Pyro Consect. You Consect Pyro Consect.
Right. I guess
you get a 3/1. What are you doing?
I mean, he's going for the full clear. He's getting rid of the 5/1. It's fine.
You did it. Okay, sure.
It's fine.
Oh, you know what? That's what he gets to draw. At this point, you can't lose, so who cares? Just
the guy's at 8 health.
Yeah, we're just riding it out. Still no anything, by the way.
Yeah, no anything.
Both anything in the bottom 8.
Yep.
Yeah, it turns out you don't even need anything to win this deck.
Yeah, he can just double Belcher and just run this home with Belchers.
Yeah, just push it in.
Yeah, he's got what is that, 6? Yeah, he's 1 tap away from lethal. We'll probably see a concede from Master Gate.
Doesn't this feels like max BM and D Lyman's like, no, I actually can't kill you. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, it really Well, D Lyman, aka LeBron, getting the win.
Yeah, put the team on his back. Let's go.
On his back, THL's back in it. Super Sam's off the bench. And NOE New Order Esports experiencing their first loss. THL's unlocked. All right, so back
drawn some blood.
Drawn some.
Right, like in 300 when he throws his spear and he catches the Persian king just a little bit.
Just a little bit, just grazing the
Oh
teeth.
wow! We can't hurt him.
I love this analogy. Well, yeah. So that's kind of where THL stands right now. Trying to just get a little blood off NOE.
That's all right. You're on the board. 1-3, 1-3.
Yeah, 1-3. All right. So let's look at NOE's New Order, where they're standing. They showed Astrogation Zoo, which Freeze Mage is going to try to grab. And they still have yet to show anything from MTGO Stark.
Here's the thing, though. That Zoo is eventually going to win a game because that's like also the nature of Zoo.
Right.
Like you can't lock it out 6 times, so it's going to pick one up.
Looking at THL, THL, they have Reno Warlock from D Lyman. That's favored versus Zoo. They have Shaman.
Do we know that it's Reno?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know just from
from playing with him?
From prep, yeah.
Okay.
So they have Reno Warlock. They have let's see here. They have Reno Warlock. They have Freeze Mage. They have I believe Patron Warrior from Dear Jason. So they have like a lot of good anti-Zoo.
Patron.
Oh wow! So we're gonna see MTGO Stark on Mage. So we're gonna see the first of MTGO Stark tonight.
All right, Freeze or.
You got it.
You know what? There's some weird ones too, right? There's Major Domo. There's Grinder Mages. There's this weird one where you get like Bran and you get the Jeweled Scarabs in there, and you're like, I don't even know what you call those.
Oh yeah, the Reno. There's Reno. There's Grinder. There's like Battle Cry. There's some weird ones, but you got to think MGOs probably bring in the good old Freeze, right?
Ethereal Mage.
If I am THL, I really want to see Dear Jason on the Patreon. Because, all right, let's look at the matchups left. We know it's Zoo now, right? So Patron's favored.
Yeah.
There's Paladin left. Any Paladin, I guess any Finn is favored versus Patron slightly. And then there's Mage, which is, presumably Freeze Mage. So I would really like to see Dear Jason on the Patron Warrior.
Yeah, Patron's good.
Yeah, I mean, the Druid is going to probably... If the Druid has a 66% chance to find the Freeze Mage, what we think is the Freeze Mage, and... Oh, no, the Paladin probably is bad for the Druid if it's Secret. Which, you got to expect it's Secret, right?
It's probably Secret.
Yeah,
you never know, though. Sometimes people bring weird decks to these things. Like,
right.
What about a Hobo Din? Like a Hobgoblin?
Oh, God.
Like Shakadin. Shakadin's still good. I was playing it the other day. It's still good.
I haven't seen too much of that. Were you playing the egg version?
Yeah. What, you get some bubbles. You can Blood Knight your own dudes. Blood Knight is really good for the Secret Paladin matchup.
Eden, would you say it's safe to say that you're kind of the hobo deck builder of THL? I think everyone would agree with that.
I guess so. Oh my god! What's that? The Tiny Fin? There's some cool stuff you can do with it. You can go hobo with Tiny Fin, and then it's like, come on, please, one time, and then they clear your board, and then you feel really sad about it.
Yep, that's that's kind of how it goes. Well, we have news that Super Sam is going to go back out there. He's bringing the Druid this time. So Druid against Mage. So this is where if it's Freeze Mage, THL's happy. We got a huge chance to win it. If it's Tempo Mage, THL's sad. And New Order, it might find another win. What did you think? Do you think it's going to be Tempo or Freeze?
Oh god, you toss a coin. I think it's most likely to be Freeze, but I'm kind of hoping it's one of the weirder ones. Oh my god, how amazing would Major Domo be?
Right. I mean, Major Domo, I know Dog has actually gotten semi-high.
Okay, Major Domo is not as bad as people think. It's just that in a lot of matchups, you just don't even go for the Domo. You just ignore it. But there are matchups where Major Domo is really good.
Wow. So, New Order throwing a curveball at THL in the Tempo Mage, and that's going to really throw Super Sam off. And Super Sam...
Of course.
Yeah, Super Sam may be on his way to another loss. This is a matchup that is very favored towards the Tempo Mage. As a Druid player, I know you played a lot of Druid. How do you approach this matchup?
If you know it's going to be a Tempo Mage, you Tekken Zombie Chow instead of Living Roots, but he probably hasn't, right? So,
right.
You just try and dodge Mirror Entity, but you can't, so then you lose.
Yeah, and we see. I mean, not that.
I guess you can try give him the Darnassus, right? But
right.
A lot of Druids only run one Darnassus, anyways, because it turns out that it's not as good as Wild Growth, and then it's too much sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. That's the opportune one. Well, that's a pretty good unstable portal. A 5/5.
I think you just portal again.
You don't think you played the 5/5? The issue is it gives Super Sam something as well.
You can't. Okay, so the thing is that you can't play the.
I wonder.
Anything else with it? I mean, I guess you could missiles first.
Interesting that if he does missiles. Okay, so he's gonna go with the ETC. This is awesome. I haven't seen ETC in a competitive game in quite a while. Super Sam gets Rogues do it, and MTGO gets to summon a random board.
That's a too bad. The drop is too bad.
That's a really rough. Yeah, this is actually even if it had one attack, this is really awkward. So he's gonna use the Wrath this turn then?
He's checking for counterspell, right?
Right, and as we see, it is
in fact not counterspell.
Yeah, it is a
The Rogues do it is actually a really good pickup. Lucky him.
Yeah, Rogue Suit's certainly a good pickup. And MTGO Starks, like, that's really slow for a Tempo Mage to play up the power of the Horde. That's really slow for a Tempo Mage.
Yeah. If the Flame Waker sticks, though, you get some really sweet stuff.
Right, and now Super
Like
Sam
here
is
it
gonna...
is, getting eaten by Mirror Entity. Although he has the almost a perfect answer for it.
Yeah, Super Sam's doing really well at kind of holding his own in this matchup. And MTGO Stark just has a lot of burn, which is really not what he wants. He wants to be putting on board pressure. But
Is
he
it time
will
for
get
the
a...
Sportal?
He's going to get a nice... I mean, he could Flame Waker here.
I think you can save the Flame Waker one more turn.
One more turn for the Portal and the Arcane.
What to do?
Do Power of the Horde then? I think you have to kill the totem. Sure.
Yeah, so you kill the totem, and then, I mean, yeah, it's kind of awkward. Like, you could Fireball off the Azure Drake.
I wouldn't Fireball the Azure Drake. What's he gonna do with it?
Right. Well, swipe Pure Power.
Yeah, not that good though, right? That's like 6 mana.
No, that's fair. Totally fair.
And then Frozen.
Right. Yeah, this is just still a really awkward turn. I think, yeah, I guess Power of the Horde is the play, and it looks like he might go with it. Oh no, he's gonna go.
He's not gonna get it. Come on. No. Come on, Justice. One time.
He doesn't get it.
Okay, good.
Wow.
I would have been so angry.
Well,
there's no justice.
I mean, I think he was kind of forced into that play. Like he is a tempo mage. He has to find tempo somewhere, and he just couldn't quite. He couldn't quite esports it hard enough.
He's gonna get punished now, right? Because the Drake can trade in for free.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. Yeah, it's gonna be able to trade in for free, and now Super Sam really able to like take a turn to find some cards, establish a strong minion, and MTGO Stark is really.
Here's the thing, though. He's still kind of behind.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's the difference is he doesn't have a combo that can end his.
No, I mean, Sam is still behind.
Right. This is a pretty
closer though.
Pretty strong Emperor. No combo pieces involved, but like those are a lot of like mid-range minions that are awkward to have in the hand at once. But in having them,
is he gonna Fireball this? Kind of are obligated to, right?
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah.
He has Drake's fight coming up, which he can't hero power though. Too bad.
Well, he finds the first part of the combo. I mean, these are really strong minions. And MTGO Stark, he's used both of his biggest burn spells.
Yeah, with no value, right? Because you usually want to combine those with the Flame Waker, or you combine them with the Sorcerer's Apprentice, so they either cost less or you get the bonus 2 damage.
Not one of the better minions. Obviously, Karen is well known for being the best minion to come out there.
You can get Senjin even, right? Senjin's okay.
Yeah, Senjin would even be good. And now Swipe's just gonna clean this up.
Tracked.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a really big win for THL. And what's more important
is very big.
They're going to find out that this is actually. Oh, by the way, this is really shame on me. I think that this is an all gold deck from MTGO Stark. Shame on us. Rank 25 casters. Just finding the gold.
I don't even see colors in cards.
Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
That's just me, though.
That's just Eden. So Super Sam's gonna have the luxury to just keep digging. He's got full board control, and
he's totally safe. He's already seen both fireballs, so there's nothing scary.
Takes 100% control of the board, and MTGO Stark's gonna need a miracle. He's gonna need a flame strike.
He's getting choked out, man. It's like when you get grabbed by like a jujitsu guy, and you like don't really know what you're doing. You just kind of like feel all your options closing away. You're like trying to like find something, but you just can't do anything.
You know, that experience that we all know so well, and that's a gold Antonitis. Is he gonna go for the MLG missiles here? No. All right.
Matter.
Well, Super Sam, yeah.
Just walk this one in, baby. Make sure you touch every base.
There it is. Super Sam's gonna find the lethal, and MTGO Stark's gonna fall with the Tempo Mage, which caught probably one of the best matchups he had. One of the
It was a wonky draw though, right? You know why? You know why he lost? It's because he didn't get a mana worm.
right.
That's
Yeah,
it. You gotta draw a
mana
mana worm. It's
I
like
mean-
playing druid. Like he didn't get a mana worm, and the druid had wild growth. So it's like, was that even really fair?
Right. I mean, he didn't have the mana worm, and he had the mad scientist, but really didn't find the other powerful 2-drop in the cleric. And yeah, I mean, Super Saiyan able to dig it out, and THL on the comeback with the 2-3 scoreboard now. And
It's happening. It's happening.
It's happening. Yeah, so Super Saiyan actually getting in the win column here with the Druid, and more really, really precious information learned in that it's a Tempo Mage and it's a Zoo. So those are two kind of big deals that THL can now corner easily.
You know what else is a big deal is that those two decks have very similar matchups. Like they're good and weak against they're strong and weak against similar things.
Yeah, yeah, that makes some sense. The Shaman is definitely gonna struggle. Shaman is, from what I've heard, I don't play much of it, but from what I've heard, the Shaman is unfavored versus Zoo Tempo Mage. So it could have some trouble.
There are aggro shaman variants that run double. What do you call it? Elemental destruction. It's like the 3 mana
Right.
deal 4 to 5, and
would
that
be a
is really
huge
strong
deal. Yeah.
because nobody plays around it,
Mm.
right? And then you lava shock after, and then you get like a 3 mana flame strike, and you're like, what?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I don't know if that's the variant he's playing. He was clearly playing a kind of interesting list there. We saw the Worgen Infiltrator.
He might have been. I don't know. His deck seemed kind of slow. Maybe it was a bad draw.
Oh, I'm sure it was a bad draw. He had almost no minions from what we saw,
Mhm.
so that's never a good sign for the Shaman. All right, so we're looking from this. So MTGO Starks just took a loss. It's not a huge deal if he gets benched because, well, actually, if he does get benched, it forces
The last deck, yeah.
right Astrogation to go back out with Zoo. So maybe if you're THL, you really expect the Zoo here.
Yeah, but even then, like,
yeah,
if you play around it, then you're forcing the other, like, you know what I mean? Like, when there's so few decks left, it's like whether you bench or you play around the bench, you're still pigeonholing yourself either way.
absolutely. I completely agree with that. And we see that THL likes to go with the Mage here, and I think they're betting on the Mage has a super good matchup in the Zoo or the Paladin, no matter what Paladin it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they have a 66% chance, and even the Tempo Mage is I would say unfavored against the Freeze Mage, although much closer. It kind of depends if they get crazy Waker flame fireworks off early. Yeah. So do you like that bring from THL in the
Freeze Mage?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really strong, and I think Sam has been getting a bit unlucky.
Yeah.
Although, you know what, like, is it unlucky or did you put Malagos into your deck?
Right.
It's kind of your fault.
we saw had that Malagos been an Antonitis, he would have won the Druid game. And so, like, yeah, that's a good point. So we're gonna see MTGO start come back out with the Paladin, and this is a big deal actually because, as we said, if MTGO Stark is going to lose this game, and he certainly will not be favored, then Astrogation is forced to come out with the Zoo, and then we would probably expect to see like something like the Reno
Patron?
block. Or the Patron, sure.
The thing about Paladin that makes it so hard for them to play against Freeze Mage is they have no good answer for the Doomsayer.
Right. Well, they
never run Silence. Like, only some of them run Equality.
Right, and we see this as Secret Paladin. They rarely ever run any of those. Wow, this is a Secret Paladin with Sir Finley Murgleton and Defender of Argus. Crazy.
Maybe it's like a fast one.
It may be the Reno Paladin. The Reno.
Oh God. Is that a thing?
Oh, do you take armor up?
That sounds terrible.
Are we gonna see armor up? Oh,
No, don't take armor up. Please don't.
yes.
Oh no,
Oh,
no, that's
it's
bad.
so
I think that's really bad. You
Um,
can't armor up enough that it'll make a difference. Like, the reason Warrior can do it is because they also have 2 Armor Smith and 2 Shield Block and 2 Shield Maidens. That, like,
Right, and
you're
they're
just
not
kind of like...
the aggressor. I wonder if MTGO Stark can change up the game plan to just armor up
The-
every turn.
The armor up doesn't do enough though.
Armor
Like,
time. Oh my.
two mana heal 2 is like a recipe for losing.
I don't know. I'm really excited for this game. Super Sam's gonna get a ton of draw though, but
It doesn't do enough. He's gonna give him an avenge, but then he'll get frostbolted, so it's okay. It's fine. You ping yourself even.
Yeah,
Just get some more
get Frostbolt
cards.
ping here and just be in total control.
You know what? No, you ping the Marigleton and then you're okay. Oh, weird. What is this?
Yeah,
just gonna let it
Super
live.
Sam. Whoa.
You know what? I don't even mind that. I don't think it's even that bad. He's gonna draw a ton of cards. He's under no threat of dying. He has a safety valve with a Doomsayer. And he's got a nice barrier up, so he's got a few turns to kill.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure I like that play. I would have liked to see him draw more off the
He's trying to get a bit greedy. Yeah, but like the Acolyte soaks 5, so it's like
right.
kind of good. Like the Acolyte drew 2, killed a creature, soaked 5 for 3 mana. That's a really good deal.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe he was baiting into the trade. Well, he's double Doomsayer. He's just looking for those
Freezes.
Those freezes. MTGO Stark. It looks like he's gonna play this really slow. Because
He's got a really slow hand. Though. Look at his hand. It's like 5, 6, 6, 8.
no golden coin, Bible Thumb.
And no golden challenger.
Yeah, the challengers are not golden. MTGO Stark is trying to deny some of this draw, but as we see, there's Novice Engineers, plenty of draw coming. Yeah, Super Sam though, he only has 1 AoE in his hand, which is there we
Doesn't matter. Repentance?
matter.
Even with repentance though, he's still okay.
Yeah.
No repentance.
Yeah,
Would you have popped it? Do you think you should have popped it
100%
before
pop
doing the
this.
Frost Nova?
Why not pop the secrets? Why not run in the
The
Thalamus?
Blood Mage, yeah.
That was a big misplay in my opinion.
It kind of denies the other challenger, maybe. I don't know. I would have popped it. But...
Yeah, I would have definitely set off the secrets. Now what's going to happen is they're all going to get popped. The redemption goes off, then the avenge, right?
Oh yeah, right. Wait, what?
Yeah, there we go.
No, only the redemption. There was no event? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
the
it
avenge
is.
comes. It's just slow.
I'm just slow. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe a slight misplay. Like, so let's say if he popped it there, it would have just been a 1/1 left. So it was basically getting rid of. It would have gotten rid of the avenge and the get down or the noble sack, which is I think actually kind of a big deal. So
It's a little bit of a big deal.
yeah, I think that was a slight misplay. Wow, we see Egg. So this may actually be the Reno Secret Paladin created by VLPS and.
Yeah, but then why 2 challengers?
It runs some 2-ofs. It doesn't run all 1-ofs. It runs.
Yeah, but
double
what I mean is like if you're gonna double challenger, are you gonna double all your secrets?
yeah,
Because after the first challenger,
it does run double. It runs the 4 secret package on the initial challenger, and then I believe the 3 secret package on the second challenger. So it does double the secrets. So basically, the deck bets on finding challenger. Because if it finds 1 challenger, you immediately
all that become 1-ofs.
Right, everything becomes a 1-of. So the Reno would be live if this is indeed Reno Paladin.
Yeah, but 1 in 3 games you draw your Reno before your challengers. That's a lot of your games, man.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting build, and it's much better against freeze.
Oh, you know what? Now he's gonna get punished for not proccing because now his scientist can't kill the 4/2.
Yeah, I actually think that misplay might really start to harm Super Sam.
Justice.
And also, really unfortunate.
You know what else sucks is that he's holding 3 secrets.
I was just gonna say that.
No, what are you doing? You can't play that. Oh no, he can because he's got no secrets left in his deck. He's got no secrets
literally
left.
no secrets left in his deck. So
Oh, that sucks. Too bad.
really unfortunate for Super Sam here.
He's still in good shape.
I mean,
though.
he's at 32 health, so he's feeling okay.
He's at 40 health, effectively.
Oh, right, with the 80 or the 8. So yeah, 40 health. Although MTGO Stark does have the Lotheb, the golden Lotheb, and the golden Tyrion. So
This is starting to get a bit scary.
he's got the power. There's Malygos. So now Super Sam's just looking for the ET. Probably. Okay, so this makes perfect sense, and this is probably going to go off. Pretty big deal. Huge deal. Do you throw in the egg? Do you just try to get some value off this if you're Stark? I probably
There's a
would.
ton of stuff you can throw. You can go like egg, shredder, even.
Yeah,
Armor
even the
up
Shredder,
again.
sure. Yeah, I think Stark is looking at his options here. He hasn't been hero powering much, so I'm sure he'll sneak in a hero power this turn. And to be completely honest, his hero power is certainly better than the Paladin's hero power in this matchup specifically.
In this one, sure.
But as you said, that I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the armor really pays off. It certainly can't hurt.
I think that Druid. He could have picked the
Oh,
Druid
the
one,
Garrison
right?
Commander!
Oh!
Oh!
What is this world?
It's a ghetto. It's a ghetto Justicar.
What is this world that we live in?
Ghetto Justicar.
And now he's doing that weird stuff where you have to like fireball the armor off. Oh my god, it's happening.
Oh, and
I
he's got
take back.
Oh,
I
but
take back everything I said. It's genius.
MTGO Stark knew he had that 88 in one.
1 in 80.
1
Yeah.
in 88 chance to find the Garrison Commander and just look like a total genius here.
Yeah. What? But you know what? That's not even the best one. The best one he could have got is Vitality Totem. So like the whole thing is silly.
Is Vitality Totem better? No, I mean, no, I don't.
Yeah,
think so.
because you still have to ping it. Like you have to put a Frostbolt into it or something, right?
Well,
Like,
but if he doesn't put a Frostbolt into this guy, oh right, because this takes 4 mana, right?
the Garrison Commander adds 2, really, because you could have had 2 anyways, and the Vitality Totem adds 4.
Right. Okay.
For free. For free.
And that is Math Hour of Eden, and he is certainly correct. Yeah, that's totally true.
Although the Vitality Totem does not let you go over 30, so there's
Right.
that.
Right. So in this situation, the Garrison
Like, what are we doing here? We're just like spending our mana badly, and like this Malagos is like, boy, I bet you wish that I bet you wish so hard that I was actually a Tony right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Tony. How wow, and he's pinging.
He's
really,
trying to draw.
really trying to accelerate that draw.
He really needs Emperor.
Yeah, he really does need Emperor.
He's only got 3 cards left, and then after that, but here's the thing, because he's drawing so hard, that he's kind of making his ice block useless
With
fatigue.
fatigue. The question is, can MTGO Stark get to 20 through 27 health in the next like 1 or 2 turns?
He has a Frost Nova, so no, he can't.
Yeah, he really can't. MTGO Stark also really needs to he needs to kill off these minions, because if Alex comes down, these minions are going to be knocking off armor. So they're actually kind of a big deal. So I think I would attack face with my weapon and then probably equip the Cog Hammer to protect my face from the minions. Or he could trade into them, but then you're not applying enough pressure. I think MTGO Stark is kind of transformed from the aggressor to the defender now. With the... Oh...
Does Super Sam have enough time? Because he can only play 1 creature per turn. Here's the thing.
Well, he plays Alexstrasza, right? And then
he has to draw into Emperor, play the Emperor, proc it, and then do the Mally stuff.
yeah, he'll be fine. He'll just Alexstrasza this turn. I think he's totally fine here. MTGO Stark's gonna be at 19. MTGO Stark can go up to 20.
Can he get popped here? 5, 13. No, he can't.
MTGO Stark actually has the Lotham's really big.
The Lotham's big, but he's a turn short.
So
Here's the thing, Lotham gives him a free turn, but then Frost Nova gives Sam that turn back. So basically Frost Nova counters Lotham.
right. Fair enough. Okay, so are we gonna see?
Put this apple on your head.
Man, MTGO Stark definitely embracing this role of defender. I actually don't like him trading. I would probably trade in the 4/4 there.
I would have traded in the 4/4.
I
It's
think
not gonna matter though.
the health is gonna. Yeah, this won't end up mattering. The Thurston's gonna proc, and then Super
You know what's
6.
really good about this is that with the proc he can still play the Blizzard into the Lotham. Because otherwise it's kind of scary to give it up.
Right.
To give up the Frost Nova, I mean, because Frost Nova is usually a reply to Lotham.
Yeah, MTGO Stark played this. I actually think like he played it really, really well. Like he held onto the Lothab until he could. But like the fact of the matter is, you can't let ET just keep procking. And he never
Sure.
really applied enough pressure.
Oh, hold on though. Fatigue. Bum, 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 bum.
Well, but the fatigue shouldn't matter, right? Like he's
No, it
gonna be
doesn't
able
matter.
to. It's
Yeah.
gonna be so much damage, right?
Yeah.
It's
Double proc. What?
3 plus 8.
No, just like maybe there's like a silence thing, and then you hit him in the face, and you get set to 1, and then the fatigue kills
Oh
you.
wait,
But no, it's not true.
wait.
Wait, what?
Oh no,
Nah,
sorry. No, he has.
Mally, Fireball. He can play everything.
I didn't see the last 2 drawn spells. Oh, he has so much damage.
He's got Mally,
God.
Fireball, Frostbolt,
Yeah.
Frostbolt, Ice Lance, Ice Lance. He's got the whole thing. He's got the dream.
A little BM, and he's gonna be able to do all the damage. So
Okay, but here's the thing. Tony still lets him win that game.
Yeah,
And he doesn't need the double proc.
Mally goes, yeah, definitely not. But you know, he gets the win, so not punished.
Mally! We did it!
We did it, Reddit. THL
did it,
tied
boys.
at 3-3, and they have all the
What?
information. They know all the.
What a comeback. Yeah, so actually THL I think is ahead based on the score, and then they've given up less information, right?
Yeah, 100%, because they haven't shown the warrior, and they haven't shown the warlock. So they haven't shown 2 of their 3 remaining decks. They've only shown the shaman, which obviously would be guessed anyway, right? So the last 2 decks, the warrior and the warlock, have 2 very strong archetypes in the meta right now in Reno Warlock and Zoo, and warrior has control warrior and patron. So
there's some really cool stuff. Even like secondary decks for Warlock, you can have stuff like Handlock, you have Demon Lock,
right,
and then there's like weirder ones with like Dreadsteed.
Yeah, so
And,
MTGO Stark also is benched. We also need to point out he is benched.
Oh, benched.
We need to make sure that is denoted in our production that he cannot play the next. So Eversiction is now. Or I'm sorry, not Eversiction. Astrogation has to bring the zoo. So now THL knows exactly what New Order is bringing, and they can really go after the zoo. I would expect to see Reno Warlock here, probably.
Oh, really? I like Patron.
You
Oh,
like
we don't know if
Patron?
it's Patron. If it is Patron, I like Patron.
Yeah, I mean, Patron could be. Patron is definitely favored. The question is it more favored?
You know what? With the new one, without the war song, maybe not as good.
Yeah, like I feel like Patron just like it can have worse hands. I don't know. It's hard to say. Weapons are really good against Zoo. It's kind of hard to say. I think they're both really good options. I would probably feel a little more comfortable sending out the Reno Warlock. Because the Reno Warlock has so many board clears, it just keeps clearing, and it has the early minions. I mean, if it curves well, it's
If it draws correctly, it is Zoo to start, right? Because you still do the Voidwalker, Flame Imp,
right.
Imp Gang Boss.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they have their options.
But it's harder to get that hand.
They certainly will not send out the Shaman, that's for sure. But yeah, the Warlock or the Warrior should be fine. The other thing you could consider is what do you want to get out of the way that doesn't have to face MTGO Stark? And so maybe you send out the Reno to get the win with the Reno, so it doesn't have to face. Oh my god. Well, THL is sending out Shaman.
I guess so. Is Shaman favored against
No,
Zoo?
Shaman is unfavored versus Zoo. That is.
That's what I thought. That was like, and they know he's benched, right? Maybe they don't know.
Yeah, and THL does know that.
No, they do know. Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, he's
We
benched.
have confirmation. So THL is. Oh my god.
Maybe he is playing. Maybe he is playing the Elemental Destruction then.
I've seen his list, and he isn't.
Maybe he just doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe he's an idiot. I don't know. I'm just kidding, obviously. I don't know. This is not what I would think, but obviously Dear Jason is a very high-ranked player, and he obviously is confident in this matchup. But yeah, no, this is not what my instincts say.
Okay, so right now, the casters, we are 2 for 2 against this idea. Let it be known if this is how the game goes. I think that this is the worst matchup for the Shaman. Or I guess the Shaman doesn't want to play the Temple Mage either. But both
Shaman is also bad against Druid, which is not a thing. That's like those are its main weaknesses.
Right. No, the Shaman's good against Druid.
Oh, really? I don't think
Aggro
so.
Shaman's very favored against Druid.
I don't like it.
The Shaman's also very favored against the Paladin.
I like Druid versus Aggro Shaman, so maybe it's just a difference of opinion.
Oh, yeah, potentially. Well, Astrogation and all of the New Order guys are probably a little bit confused. Yeah, but
I don't
they're
know.
I think they'll happily take this win. I
This is
really
not a great hand though for Astrogation. You don't want to do the. You don't want
definitely
to
not a
play
good
the
hand for
abusive
Astrogation,
as a
and a
2-1.
very strong hand for Dear Jason.
Coin, get him.
He'll be able to get the Stormforge Axe, and he's going to be able to take out these minions. Maybe his build is a little bit better against Zoo, but honestly, like,
Oh, the doggy is a big pickup.
huge pickup. Yep. It will get crushed by this Stormforge Axe, but
What is the Stormforged Axe doing? I don't know. Maybe.
Oh,
I guess
killing.
Stormforged Axe is pretty good against you.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is good against Zoo, and it's definitely killing wolves, dire wolves right now.
Yeah. So
The thing is, like,
the thing is, your mana is screwed up for the next turn. What are you gonna do next turn?
I guess abusive face. Or oh wow, the
Oh wow, that's nice. Okay,
Leper Gnome is a good pickup. So he can kill off, and he's gonna maintain board control. So this matchup generally, like, the Zoo just wins board control in the early game and it wins. So the fact that hasn't happened means
It's a big deal. Yeah.
is a huge deal. But Astrogation picked up the most important card, which is the Defender Vargas, and he got the 2 sticky minions down. So at this point in the game, Dear Jason, he's like right on the tipping point before this turns into a really bad matchup for him.
See, now he's overloaded. He can't even get his Doomhammer down. You have to play. He's got a ton of damage though.
He has a ton of damage, but the
Defender.
look
Why
at his
wouldn't you
hand.
swing the last?
My
Oh no, because he's
Astrogation's going to
overloaded.
be able to clean up this board really easily.
I was wrong.
And now
This is awkward.
this is super awkward, and this is exactly where the Zoo ends up kind of taking board control. And
So what do? You just like give up damage to take more damage?
you have to kill off the taunts, right? So you just run in both your minions.
Maybe you only clear one of the taunts and you leave the 1/1 up.
Yeah, well, no, because you want to use your weapon charge, right?
I guess you want to be swinging for 10 next turn. Yeah. You know what? He still has enough damage, right? Because he's got 10 and then 10 again. Jason does.
Right.
Although, look at this. He's got PO Doomguard shenanigans. I think you definitely do that, right?
Yeah, you
can't
definitely
tap.
PO Doomguard, and you're going to push 9 plus 3, so 12 damage. Can you put him on next turn lethal?
You PO your egg.
Do you PO? I wouldn't PO my egg.
Yeah, you absolutely PO the egg. Are you crazy? You add damage to your board. If you PO
Well, but
something
he's
else,
going to have to pop the egg at some point. I don't know.
you have to set up for next turn lethal, though. Like, now he's got lethal next turn.
3, 8, 12. No, he hasn't attacked with 3 damage. Okay. Yeah, I added. You're absolutely correct. He has exactly lethal next turn. Okay. Yeah, that's a great point. Great. Well played by him. Now, Dear Jason has to use the crackles on these minions.
Which means he can't get the Doomhammer up.
Yeah, he can't get the Doomhammer out.
He can win, actually. He has to crackle the Nerubian and crackle the face. Oh, no, he can't because he's overloaded.
So he crackles Nerubian. Next turn he has 7, so he has 6, so he can still do 10. Yeah, he can't do both. And that's a huge
Lava
deal.
Shock? No, he can't.
So
No, he can. Okay, no, what he has to do is crackle the Nerubian, crackle the face for 5 or 6 or 7.
If he equips Doomhammer, he loses to board.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
death.
But he can see the board. Oh, he's gonna cash in. Oh, but the totem. Oh, he's a genius.
MLG.
He's a genius, and I'm an idiot.
We're so stupid, Eden. God.
Okay, now
But it's
he can't. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have enough creatures on. Oh my god! Dear Jason is a god.
He's a god.
He can still tap to win though. Do you tap to win? I think
Yeah, you have to tap, right? You absolutely have to tap. You're dead.
But you win if he gets a 1 mana. He can get a 1 mana creature, or he can get a PO, or he can get a dog, a defender.
He has so many taps to
He has
win.
so many outs.
You have to
Dark
tap.
Bomb, but that Dark Bomb's not really run anymore. Oh,
Oh, God,
Pio.
he needs PO. He nedes. Oh, he finds a soul
Abusive.
fire.
Soulfire!
Oh, what a game. Dear Jason, God,
Sh-
he's an amazing player. That was such a cool play. I actually didn't see that. Very
I
embarrassing.
didn't see it either, yeah. Top wrecked.
Well played by Dear Jason. Astrogation still able to find the win.
No justice.
No, I actually think there is justice served there because THL does not deserve what did they
You shouldn't have picked it, right? You shouldn't
How
have
do
been
you
there.
pick Shaman? That's the worst
Yeah, I
one.
don't know.
I even said you never would pick Shaman here. Anyway, that's where the casters right
The casters were idiots, but the casters were also right before.
right. We don't remember us as the idiots. Remember us as the geniuses before. We said this was a bad matchup. Well,
Okay, hold on though. So here's the thing. It was a bad matchup, but then Dear Jason is clearly better than we are at it. So maybe from his perspective, it was a good matchup, but then he lost, which validates our initial premise.
right.
I don't know, man.
I'm right
I
there
think
with you.
I think it was questionable to bring it, but
I think it was very questionable. I actually think that THL was really close to cornering the zoo with the patron and the Reno locks left.
but let it also be noted that Dear Jason is clearly a better shaman player than I am.
Or me, for that matter. Well, MTGO Stark is going to come back with the Tempo Mage, and now THL's in a sticky spot because they have the Patron left, they have the Reno Lock left, and they have the Shaman left. All three of those don't do especially well against Tempo Mage. And a Tempo Mage that runs double Water Elemental especially is going to do very well against Patron.
What do you think the water elementals are for? Because they're not in every tempo mage.
Oh, I think they're very much aimed at the Patron and the Secret Paladin. And actually the Shaman, for that matter. Right? You just freeze his face and rip Doomhammer.
I think water elemental is a really cool card. It's just not very tempo-y. Like it's a bit slow, right? Like
right, but with the meta as it currently is, I think because it's going to be able to handle all the little minions of Secret Paladin, right? It's going to be able to handle all the little minions and freeze the face of Aggro Shaman. It can handle all the little minions of Patron and freeze the face of Patron. And it takes out zoo minions, right? Like I think it's pretty good in the current meta, but I agree it is a lower tempo minion with 3 attack is pretty underwhelming at the four mana spot.
6 health. I don't know. It's good. Big booty.
Big booty. Yeah. So THL is taking a while to consider here. I mean, they're in a bit of a pickle. If they send Dear Jason out and he loses, he's benched, and D Lyman is forced to bring the Reno Lock.
Yeah, but if he wins, he's also out, isn't he?
No, Dear Jason has.
Oh no, he hasn't won yet.
Yeah,
right.
He hasn't won yet.
My bad.
So, yeah, it's kind of a hard call here. They're gonna bring either Secret Paladin or Tempo Mage, right? So, I guess you just send out the Patron, right? Like we've been saying, send out the Patron. I'll get. They have yet to play Patron.
Do we know it's a patron?
I have a previous.
You have insider tips.
I have insider tips, so I do know it is Patron, and it's actually kind of a wonky Patron list. That is, I believe, Dear Jason's creation. I believe he got rank 3 legend with it, or no, I actually think he got rank 1 legend with it.
Was that it? Because I saw him sitting on rank 1 like last month.
Yeah, and I believe he was playing Patron with it.
Sweet.
So he's certainly very good with the deck. But
have you ever seen that Cursed Blade Aggro Warrior?
I have. I've played it.
It's amazing.
It's incredible. It's the best thing
so
that's
bad.
ever happened. And by best thing, I mean I happily sit at rank 10 or whatever with it.
Have you played any of the Tavern Brawl this week?
No, I've played very little. Have you been playing?
Okay, so the Tavern Brawl this week, I had the Tavern Brawl quest, so I played like 6 games with it.
Right.
The Tavern Brawl this week is you get a random weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So you always have a weapon. When your weapon breaks, you just get a new weapon automatically. And then your hero power is 2 mana, get a new weapon.
Right.
And so every once in a while, you just get a cursed blade. Like somebody will ooze you, and then your weapon breaks, and then you get a cursed blade. Then you take 14. You're like, what?
Right, right. It really changes it up. The Christmas Blade's a really cool card. Actually, really, it's kind of funny, and like there's a lot of children videos that highlight it. Well, we have news that it is going to be Dear Jason, but not with Patreon. He's coming out with the Shaman again. The Shaman is 0-2 at this point, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, so the Shaman's looking for a win, and traditionally Tempo Mage has been very, very favored against Shaman. Because Tempo Mage, like, if you don't deal with the Tempo Mage minions, such as the Flame Wakers,
They get so much value, yeah.
right, they just go nuts on you. So, it's really hard for I said the Tempo Mage, not the Tempo Shaman. The Tempo Mage minions have so much value, as you said. The Sorcerer's Apprentice, they discount everything. So the Shaman...
He has the axe for the
he has
Sorcerer's
the axe.
Apprentice.
But if he plays the axe, he won't be able to play the wolf. I guess he can coin the wolves.
Outrageous. You can go like axe, coin, wolf. No, that sucks. It's like you can go wolf, axe, wolf. But
Well,
that all sucks.
you can
This is why I don't like the
also-
axe. It's just kind of screwed.
Yeah,
So now he has
weird.
leper, gnome, golem, axe, I guess.
And
Look
it
at
looks
that.
like
Dodges the mana worm again like a god.
Yeah, MTGO Starks had some really rough starts with this deck. He finds a 2-drop, but it's kind of bad here. It just gets traded into.
Or axe.
Or axed. Ooh. Cheeky. Cheeky.
Now, listen up. Now Dear Jason is a god. It's like, wow, why did...
Well, not with 3 weapons, with a combined, what is that, 8, 16 plus 3? He's got a combined 19 durability in his team. So I don't know if he's a god.
It's good to go. Well, one of the Doomhammers is a dead draw, that's all.
That's fair, and that's a pretty big pickup because now the totem.
Do you give him the golem? You gotta give him the golem. Too bad.
And it's the best minion in the Shaman's deck.
Yeah, I guess it is.
So yeah, MTGO Stark gets full value off that, and Dear Jason's gonna have to whack that one off too.
That's so much, man. So that was like 1 card, 3 mana.
And now, wow. Can you imagine, Dear Jason, looking at your hand and then seeing a water elemental come down?
You're so scared. You have
You're
to
like,
lava
oh
shock
my
it.
god, I have to kill this.
You have to lava shock it.
Yeah, you have to lava shock that. You have to.
And then,
you have to run.
But here's the thing: if you play the totem golem, then it fucks up your Doomhammer. Although you're going to be frozen next turn anyway, so I guess it's okay to screw up your overload.
I mean, I guess these totem golems can contest the water elemental, but that's...
No, but listen, you're screwed, man. That's so dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is why water elemental isn't tempo mage.
He's gonna hit face, right? You're gonna use up that charge. What are you gonna hold the charge for?
What?
But now you're frozen.
All right, wait. What did we learn from last game? What did we learn from last game? Dear Jason is a god.
I don't understand.
We shall not question him.
Listen, I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt. I'm just saying that I personally don't understand.
Oh my god, he finds the earth shock.
Okay, lava shock. Sorry, earth shock your own face, so you're not frozen anymore, like a god.
All right, so Dear Jason, earth shocking.
Here's the thing: is that you can't do that, and it's just the Afterstrike just bullies the golem so hard. It's just.
This is so awkward. This is like cringy. I guess he's just
I just feel so sad for everyone. You gotta start doming him, but now you're on 11 and
look at his hand, double Doomhammer.
And there's a Frostbolt coming to your face, right?
Right, and he is at basically 11, and if he plays a Doomhammer, his face will get frozen.
And then Stark can basically dump his whole hand. I think you're gonna preemptively freeze his face. You go
you think so?
Mana Worm, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Frostbolt the face. Why not?
Why not?
The Frostbolt is gonna go to the face at some point, isn't it? Then you draw first.
Well, he can use the Frostbolt to kill off a Totem Golem, which is pretty big.
Yeah.
And he just found a Fireball. Now, he's going to kill off a Totem Golem. He'll kill off both the Totem Golems probably here. You are such a smorker over there.
Yeah, because but like put him on 11 and then you're like 11-8 and then you got a Fireball in your hand. You're threatening lethal. Like, how are you gonna die on the backswing?
Right. No, I see your point. It's a good point. Dear Jason now, like, he's got no burn in his hand. Like, can you really go at MTGO Stark's face at 19?
You have to. You're not gonna trade.
It looks like he will.
How are you gonna win if you trade?
I don't know. The man is he's a shaman king. He's got a plan, and is this lethal?
7,
10. Yeah,
10,
that's lethal.
Sorry, 6, 10.
It's lethal. It's easy lethal.
It is lethal.
Yeah, that's MG. Yeah, I guess Dear Jason's line of play didn't really matter. Well, Dear Jason's gonna be benched, and now MTGO Stark finds the with tempo mage. So MTGO Stark just has Secret Paladin, and he's going up against Reno Warlock.
We don't know that it's Secret Paladin, do we?
We do.
Oh no, it's that weird one. It's that like, yeah, okay.
It's like Reno's Secret Paladin.
We don't know that we didn't see the Reno though, did we?
So I wanna review this.
We don't know what it is.
THL went on a 3-game winning streak, right? And they tied it up at 3-3, and we were like, okay, they got this.
They got momentum. They got
momentum.
But I think it was really questionable to do the aggro shaman
and they
twice.
threw out the aggro shaman, and like that's where we can identify them going off. And that aggro shaman loss has now left them in the lurch. MTGO Stark just has to get away with the paladin, and THL finds itself yet again way down in the in the hole.
But Patron should be able to beat it.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, he can't bring Patron. We have to bring the Warlock because Dear Jason is benched, so it has.
Warlock should be able to beat it.
Right, the Warlock, the D-lineman on the Warlock.
Oh no! Oh no, Jason.
All right, so we see we see that we have word that D-lineman says he's coming out with Warlock and he's going to give a spanking. So so we're gonna get ready for that. Yeah, this is an interesting matchup where like I think the Reno Warlock is slightly favored, but as we saw, like this Secret Paladin definitely has kind of longer legs than most Secret Paladins and might be able to kind of like it might not have to rush. Maybe it can take full board control.
Listen, Secret Paladin just needs one game where it gets to go Challenger, boom, Tyrion, and then it'll get one, right? So it's got 3 tries to get that curve. That's the truth.
I like that analysis so much. It's just that simple. Like if it gets the 6, 7, 8, it's just GG.
It's gonna catch it eventually, surely. I mean,
surely, yeah.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Well. It is certainly a Reno Warlock coming from D-Lyman and MTGO Stark with his wonky deck.
How do you like this matchup?
As I was saying,
Twisting Nether. I think Twisting Nether is good.
If you're running Twisting Nether, I think the non-combo version doesn't really run it most of the time. In addition, what I want to say is like the Paladin, Reno doesn't have the biggest impact on this if the Paladin is smart about holding board control. So like if MTGO Stark plays this really slow and just takes full board control and then like pounds the deck down, Reno doesn't have an impact because then he'll put another 20 damage down next turn.
Which is why Twisting Nether.
Well, yeah, we'll still have to see if D-Lyman include that. D-Lyman has a very strong starting hand, and MTGO Stark, his is okay as well. Actually, it's really
The dream is like Twisting Nether, then Molten Giant for 0, then you slam down a Sun Fury.
We have got to get you off the Twisting Nether. You are just all about it.
Listen, Twisting Nether is the best animated card in the game.
It is.
No doubt.
And actually, there's no doubt. Twisting Nether has the best animation in the game. Well, it looks like D-Lyman is going to coin out the in-game boss. Seems pretty good here.
I am definitely frozen then.
Oh, he hasn't done it yet.
Okay.
It just looks like he wants to, and
I'm still seeing the mulligan screen.
Oh, then yes, you are frozen. So yeah, he's gonna go with the coined Imp Gang boss, and wait, yeah, okay, yes, he does go with the Imp Gang boss, and MTGO Stark is gonna be able to curve. Oh, and there's the egg. He has the curve of basically the
egg.
Oh, he's gonna go with the egg. Okay.
Do you like egg in Secret Paladin? This is like
I don't play Secret Paladin, so I don't know, but it seems like it's annoying, just like everything else in Secret Paladin.
Are you saying you've never played Secret Paladin?
I am not saying that. I have. I'm not gonna pretend I'm perfect, but I rarely have. I've played it only occasionally.
Oh, this is tricky. This is tricky with the secret out.
It really is, and for the folks at home, that secret is redemption. So very high redemption target value or minions. He throws out the owl, which is
so he's still considering Avenge though.
Right, but the thing is, like, Yeah, he throws out the owl without potentially proccing an event.
Maybe.
Wow, look at these.
So it's like kind of okay. He has a mortal coil, peddler. He's got stuff to do.
He does have stuff to do, and I
I
guess.
think you kill the egg first though, because you know it's not noble sack.
Well, but that gets punished by redemption.
Oh shit! Yeah, it does. Okay, so you don't kill. Oh god.
So that's
yeah,
the
this
funny
is
thing.
tricky.
D-Lineman, like the fun.
But they're all punished by redemption.
Well, but I think the without a doubt, this is the best one to be redeemed. The shielded mini bot.
Yeah.
And D-Lineman, I think like the way he's playing, like he played perfectly around redemption there.
Oh wow! Look, did you see how fast he snapped that mortal coil? I didn't even see the other options
Snap
come up.
decision.
Yeah,
Snap
just
decision.
boom.
All right.
That was some APM right there.
MTGO Stark will have one more turn to find the Dream 6-drop, and he's got the 7-drop ready. So he's curved, by the way, perfectly from turn
He's
2.
ready to go. Do you mortal coil here? I guess you do. You cycle
Yeah,
it,
you Mortal Coil, drop the Drake.
get the dragon down. It's okay.
Implosion's
Ooh. What if you inflorsion?
if you can implosion, inflorsion is that okay?
Yeah,
if you can
inflorsion.
oh, nothing
Intuitions.
but intuitions tonight.
That
And
sucks.
intuision, like particularly the 2 damage is just so debilitating.
What set is that card? I can't wait for it to go away.
Oh, I think
It's a Goblins and Gnomes card. Good, it's going.
Yep, we're all excited for that. And now MTGO Stark can kind of empty his hand. This is really susceptible to any board clear, but as we see, no board clear in D-Lineman's hand. D-Lineman's hand is actually really conspicuously weak. I guess
Really bad.
you dropped the Sylvanas, huh?
Into what? Losing? Well, what's Sylvanas gonna do?
I mean, what is anything gonna do?
Okay,
Sylvanas
so
has-
here's what I'm thinking. Here's my thought process. You can't win with this hand, so you tap Drake. Thorson is kind of like a taunt, I guess. Sylvanas is not a taunt. Yeah, we can
That's
work
fair.
around it.
That's fair. Yeah, the Thorson makes sense. Okay, so we see double egg, so maybe this is just some weird egg secret paladin. It looks like is MTGO Stark gonna kill the Thorson? He's just gonna go. Oh, he's gonna see what his juggles do. Okay.
No, he's gonna kill.
Oh,
him.
man.
And then
Pro juggles.
put a spider in. Put the other spider in. No, I don't think you can put the spiders in.
All right. Well, the juggler goes in, and now, man, D-Lineman on a.
Look at that. You know what he's doing? He's playing around the discounted Twisting Nether. That's what he's doing. It is. Look at it. 7 mana. Are you kidding me?
That's a good call. Oh.
Oh. I don't think it's enough, man.
Is it not enough? So how much damage does he have on board?
Like, he's not dead, but how does he win?
4 plus 8. He's got 8 damage on
And you
board.
put a Lothab down. I don't know, man. You put a Lothab down because that would block the Blessing of Kings. You go check, check, boom. I mean, that's clearly what you do.
Always do chick chick boom.
Like, we know BGH is coming down. You're not going to not play BGH this turn.
Right. I think I like the Lothab, although he would still be 1 off dead if there was a Blessing of Kings.
Blessing of Kings can't play with Lothab.
Right. But I'm saying that's the point. Like 4
Oh, yeah, even without it.
wouldn't
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
him, so he could sneak out.
What? Stalag?
Yeah, well,
what do you want to sneak out?
I guess, yeah, you just drop the Lothab, huh? And
And then
pray
you kinda
find
like-
Reno.
And then you try and catch like a Doomsayer. I don't know what you do. And then I guess you pop the bombs. They go to your face.
The beast in my sight.
Oh, God.
Pick up a ring. This is a disaster.
Sir Finley,
Reporting for duty.
all
What do you
aboard.
need here? You need like Demon Wrath or something.
Oh, man. Does he take the steady shot, just apply the pressure, or does he...
I would
Yeah.
steady shot.
You just gotta take steady shot at this point. Like, he doesn't have Reno. Like, you probably would have played Reno last turn with the discount. Or no, he couldn't have. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Gotta find that Reno.
What if there was
Boombots.
some like weird Boombot lethal? Where they like both go face before and then yeah, actually there was, right? Boombot.
Let's see.
Boombot
How
lethal.
far off lethal? Yeah, you're right. And he had the hero power, so he easily could have found Boombot lethal there. All right.
What a dis-
Oh, the top deck.
Okay, hold on now. How much of a man are you? Do you kill the boombot first?
I'm not that much of a man. I would kill the shredder, right? Just let's remove some damage off the board. Wait, the first thing I'd do is I'd tap.
You tap. Yeah, you do tap.
You tap. You kill the shredder.
Oh, hold on. No, wait. If you kill the shredder, you could randomly lose to like a mana raid. So you have to play the Reno first.
Oh. 28 heal. He kills the one attack minion for.
It's okay because you don't know what's coming. Like the shredder could drop like. It could drop a millhouse. It could drop.
You could drop something.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So it's okay. It's not the worst.
Also, top decks into a pretty good one to respond to the 8/8.
Yeah, I don't know, man. D Lyman's been runner now, right? BGH, Molten,
BGH
Reno,
into Molten.
Into Molten. Yeah, outrageous.
Runner. Nuts. And now that Hunter hero power is starting to look a little silly.
Yeah, he's got something. Demon Wrath. Hold on, is that enough to clean him up?
All right, so what do you pop? So you hit.
Maybe you don't Demon Wrath yet. Maybe you just Siphon Soul.
Siphon Soul the
Stalag
4/3.
Well, what are you scared? I guess you hold the Siphon Soul. I guess you're still scared of like Tyrion. Siphon Soul's not that good against Tyrion. Sylvanas is okay actually. Makes the trades wonky.
Yeah, I really want to get some damage off the board, but I guess like there's not like so you kill off the 3/4.
There's not that much damage on the board.
Exactly.
Though.
There's really not that much. So I guess like you can have the luxury to put down Sylvanas or Lotheb or something. You can Sylvanas Lotheb here and be just totally fine.
Yeah, that seems good.
And just kill off the 3/4 with the 4/6.
You have Siphon Swamp Ooze for Tyrion. Check that out. That's some
next level.
Some next level tech.
Removal.
Did you kill a spider or no?
I guess not. No. Look at his board.
Yeah, he's not even scared. See, this is the thing about Secret Paladin. If you don't catch your curve, then you're in the end game and you're drawing one mana secret.
The Secret Paladin?
No, I don't know. No, absolutely not. Listen, D Lyman caught runner.
Yeah, you can't beat that, and he finds the health. He can just pop. He can clear. That's the.
He can steal something. He can steal the Nerubian if he sequences correctly.
So he runs the Sylvanas into the
Shredder.
It doesn't even matter because there's a get down. So he pops the get down here.
Get down!
All right, now you use the Reno on the Shredder.
No, Sylvanas on the Shredder because you want the Sylvanas to get low.
Right. You need the Sylvanas on the Shredder. The Reno on the Spider. The Lotheb goes face.
The Lotheb might have to kill what comes out of the Shredder.
Fair enough.
And then you can steal the Nerubian. I think he found it. It looks like he's just figuring it out.
Oh, he's going to use. Okay, yeah.
No, he's gonna...
Okay. And then just play the Stalag. The thing is with the hero power, the Hunter hero power, eventually starts not he's not completely out.
No, he's fine. He has the answer for Tyrion, and Boom's already been played.
Oh, that top deck, so rough. MG just Stark. This is the first turn he's not had a board. Really rough.
Wow, D Lyman wasn't messing around, man. He said he was gonna bring a spanking.
I wouldn't call it spanking, but I would certainly say. He had this. He was able to get the runner.
Dude, so, he drunken mastered that shit, man. It's like dodging. It's like he thought he was dead, and he's just bobbing and weaving.
Yeah. So
he just robo-doped him.
Robo-doped. All of it. I love it. Yeah, so now THL's still alive. They have Dear Jason on everything. Dear Jason needs to get a win with his Shaman and with his presumably...
The Shaman's had some bad luck, man. The Shaman should have won a game by now.
Has it, though?
The Shaman's had bad luck. Yeah, Shaman is not an 0-3 deck. Come on.
Is it? So what was the first loss? The Shaman lost to the Warrior. That's pretty...
The opening one, yeah.
That's not his fault. Then he lost to the Tempo Mage, which again is unfavored.
It's kind of his fault. It's kind of his fault for being there. The zoo.
Right. And then the zoo is the real where the shaman just shouldn't have been there. The shaman just shouldn't have been against the zoo. It looks like we're gonna see Dear Jason against the with his warrior, and we can assume that that's a patron. Honestly, so if this is patron, shaman is favored versus secret paladin, and patron's favored versus secret paladin. So can THL snatch
Okay,
it out of the jaws of defeat?
But here's the thing about being favored against Secret Paladin is that sometimes you still lose.
Yeah. Yep.
Like they can if they go like Minibot, Muster, Blessing of Kings, Lothab, Challenger, Boom, Tyrion. You can't
Right.
keep up.
Right. No, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely still a losable matchup. And it looks like, I mean, we know it's funny because we know like the last two, it's just MTGO Stark against Dear Jason, so it's just they're gonna no surprises there. Yeah, and I think like the Secret Paladin really like if it can just get the patrons out there, you know, like if the patron warrior can just get the patrons out there, the paladin just doesn't have the weapons to.
Well,
like,
there's no equality, right?
Right. We haven't seen an equality, and we also haven't seen a Reno, so it may just be a really kind of wonky egg paladin.
I really don't like egg. What's the egg doing there?
I mean,
It's not right.
It's just being annoying, right?
It's too slow. You want the high impact twos. You're not like.
Yeah, the egg has yet to do much.
The egg's just been sitting there getting stolen by Sylvanas, man. That's what it's been doing.
Right, and the match, the egg would be really good. Would be the freeze mage matchup, and that's a matchup you're just gonna lose.
Just lose it. Just lose that matchup. It's just fine. You're gonna lose some matchups.
I mean, yeah, the egg would be really annoying for Rogue. I don't know. It's interesting.
And even against, you know what? Even against Freeze Mage, it's not that good. Like Zoo has eggs, and Zoo is still wildly unfavored.
Great point. Great point.
Freeze Mage.
Great top deck by Dear Jason. He finds something to do. He has no weapons, and he's got a shield block, so not a great hand.
He's okay. He'll be okay though.
I mean, I guess he has the Battle Rage, so he can find some answers, but I don't know. This hand's pretty rough by Dear Jason.
I really hate this. I hate this opening so much with the Noble Sack into the Juggler. Oh my god, it makes me unreasonably angry.
You dislike that line of play from MTG?
No, playing against it.
Oh, just it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree. And like, by the way, have we seen a muster from NTGO Stark?
You know what? Now that you say so, I can't remember it. But who would cut muster for battle? Come on.
I mean, maybe he's just had really bad luck. We have yet to see a muster.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's talk about this Finley. What do we take? These are all terrible.
These are all really bad. The Totemic Call seems really bad. The Fire Blast has got to be the worst. I guess I would take the steady. Oh, okay. Maybe not.
He's gonna ping his egg down over 2 turns and make a 6-mana 4/4.
We might see a really good egg here. We might actually see the egg get in some.
You know what? Yeah, maybe it'll catch the Avenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Dear Jason, doing what Patron does. Wow, double unstable goal.
He's not gonna play into the Avenge though, right? He
No.
knows how to play this. Yeah.
You just hero power here. You don't want to do much.
Yeah, just hero power.
MTGO Stark has a pretty good curve, but he's gonna.
How sad are you though? How sad are you about losing your armor smith? Not that sad, I guess. It's okay.
I mean, it's a palette. Like you're not gonna win with armor, right? Like you're gonna win with Patron.
Yeah, but you still want like
the accumulation.
I don't know.
No, I get it. I get it. I mean, he's gonna.
You know what? It still costs 3 health, so it's okay. It's good enough.
Right, and the other thing is he's gonna lose it either way. So like, if the once the unstable portal gets killed, like he's gonna lose it anyway. So MTG Stark, like he has a really good.
Look at that shredder placement, and he's got a good curve. Sorry, go ahead.
Spot on. No, absolutely. But like, he's really running out of steam though. Like after turn 5, he's gonna need to find like the turn 6 and 7.
He's got a few chances to top deck some stuff.
Sure, he's got 2 more. Yeah, 2 more draws. Dear Jason, in kind of an awkward.
Dear Jason is thinking about Avenge, but also Redemption.
Right. I mean, the Finley is obviously what you want to redeem.
You could slam the
Shredder, drop the
Shredder.
literal. Oh god.
well.
Well,
it's
dear
50,
Jason,
50.
no one has ever said he has no balls, as he goes straight for the
Woo!
and MTGO Stark gets an unlucky break. Dear Jason,
Like a god, like a god. Look at that. That couldn't have gone better. Look at how dumb this egg looks now.
well, I mean, MTGO Stark runs the keepers. He runs the. Oh my God, there's the Grim Patron.
Oh, you know what? Keeper's actually. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm just biased. Maybe I just don't like it. Maybe I'm an egg bigot.
Yeah, you might be revealing some egg bigotry right now.
Maybe I'm a bigot.
Dear Jason is.
Whoa! Double! No, what? That pops the egg.
Well, yeah, and he's gonna be able to pop this, right?
What are you doing?
Oh, he can't pop the second one.
This is madness.
Okay. So MTGS Stark. Okay.
Okay, well he gets another Nerubian now, but also it'll get executed. Oh, he gets a bunch of Nerubians.
So wait,
This is
what
not good
gets
at all.
pop? What gets
The egg.
The egg, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
that was an error.
Well, it was. I mean, there's no way for him to really play around it. And the fact of the matter is, like, what is MTO Joe? He's got a 4/4
I
against.
think he should only put one unstable. Why put two unstables?
I think he wants to ensure that it would get popped on his turn, so he could get the patron down.
Yeah, but even if it doesn't get popped, you're still kind of okay. Like you just have a patron behind the unstable ghoul. You're still. It's not that bad.
Right. It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. NPGO Stark thinking about killing the 4/3, the 3/2 injured to play around Battle Rage.
It's over, isn't it?
Not quite.
Oh no, well.
He can just Grom here, right? Yeah, it's over. It's completely over. Because he's gonna Grom here. He'll kill off the 3. I mean, I think it's over because even though Dear Jason doesn't have a great way to deal with the Tyrion, like he has
an execute, and then Grom will die.
Oh wow, that's pretty good pickup.
Do we have lethal even? No. 16.
Not quite. Oh man, Battle Rage, big pickup. I think you don't.
Would you cycle it? Would you Enrage one first or no? No, you saved the Enrage.
Well, I think Dear Jason's considering if he wants to drop Sludge Belcher, but
Nah, come on. Battle Rage.
I think you bet. I like this play a lot.
He's not gonna Battle Rage? I think it's scary to not Battle Rage.
I like this play a lot. Like he has next turn lethal. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can be done here. Oh, and he is playing Muster. MTGL Stark, just terrible draws. Like we never saw Muster in the first.
Look at this. What a world we live in. Secret Paladin can't catch a win. Outrageous.
And not catch a win.
Outrageous.
And this is straightforward. It's just the Shaman against the Secret Paladin, and the Aggro Shaman, which
Woo,
also cannot catch a win, is
right?
Is slightly favored here.
This has been a really good series, actually. It's been up and down. We've had some cool tech.
It's been very good, very good series. The new order guys, really bringing some fun decks. The THL guys bringing some fun decks.
Bring in the heat, yeah.
I mean, we saw a rogue. We saw a rogue in competitive Hearthstone.
I bring Rogue to competitive Hearthstone.
You are. Okay.
No, listen. Oil Rogue is still good. Oil Rogue has never not been good. It's just like weird on ladder. That's all.
I agree with that. I love Oil Rogue. I bring it and I lose with it all the time.
Do you play one oil or two? Let me tell you something, okay? Try it with one oil.
Okay, I'm very much aware of the 1 oil or 2 oil debate and not life coach, Yagut with his stupid Dr. Boom and his 1 oil.
I don't like Boom. Okay, try one oil and Greenskin.
Oh my God! See, this is why we can't have nice things. You're over there talking about how you're.
No, seriously, try Greenskin. Greenskin is actually really good. Okay, Greenskin. If you get green skin and oil together, which you don't get, like it never happens. But if you do, it adds so
What
much
if you
damage.
do? It's so much damage. Why not run double oil if you have Grandson then?
Because you get a creature. It's better against the slow matchups like the Reno and the Warrior.
But well, yeah, I don't know. I'll try it out. Fine, I will try it out.
And you can break it up too. The oil, like
we see
oil is too expensive.
I like the double oil with the zoo heavy meta. I kind of like the double oil.
Are we in game?
We're in game. We should stop bickering about oil rogue.
Okay.
Regardless, Dear Jason is got a pretty good start. Wow, he finds a deadly shot. And MTGO Stark again with a pretty rough start here.
I have
MTGO,
a weird secret glitch.
Oh my god. The secret MTGO Stark has up is Noble Sacrifice, and he literally can't play anything this turn.
It's a total disaster.
That is
Finley.
really rough.
Okay, do you double abusive dome him? Or do
No, you just hero power here, right? You kill off his board in hero power.
Why not?
Because
Why hero power? Let's get some pressure on the board. He doesn't have coin, he can't consecrate you.
actually, I like your play more. The double abusive I like more. I was thinking about protecting the abusives. I actually dislike the Thalanos a lot because... Oh, he is going to trade. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. MTGO Stark with the...
Look at this hand.
Stars.
This is what people don't understand about Secret Paladin, because they only remember the 6, 7, 8 games. But you get these hands all the time. You get secret, 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 and then you sit there and you hero power like an idiot, and yeah.
Can I give it? Can I give it yet another early Eden prediction? Is this game? Is it already game?
I don't know.
Okay, so we can't get it yet. We're not locked in on the early Eden prediction.
I think it's still too early to say for sure.
Okay. Well, it looks like Dear Jason is just going ham, but again, a top deck...
But see, here's the thing. This is what if he did this last turn, right?
Right.
Oh, and he's like not putting the Trog on the face for some reason. But now this turn, he should be scared to consecrate.
Right. Well, we haven't seen a consecrate from MTGO Stark, so it may not even be in the deck. It is possible.
Is he going to cash in the Trog? I think you Lightning Bolt his face, right? Yeah, and then you cash in. Do you cash in the Trog or
no? No, you just go off face, man. We're fine. Look at this damage, bro.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
It's game. THL.
I guess that's it. He got caught flat-footed. No mini bot, no
Stark
muster.
had like the worst possible hand ever conceived.
Yeah, but think about it. If you're gonna put 10 1-drops into your deck, you're gonna draw 1-drops a lot of the time.
Oh man, and the BM coming from Dear Jason. That's
so mild. That is like the scaredy cat BM.
The greetings.
Yeah, but like when the game's already won.
Yeah, you BM like after you win the game.
You BM when it's safe. That doesn't count. You gotta BM when it's like you could still be embarrassed.
And I mean, like, I don't know. The Shaman.
Congrats. The Shaman picks one up.
Fine.
Secret Paladin goes what? 03?
The Secret Paladin
04?
lost to the Mage, and then it lost 3 straight, right?
Yeah, it went 04.
It went 04. So
brutal.
PogChamp, Secret Paladin, no longer.
Secret Paladin, 0% win rate.
0% win rate. Well,
somebody tell Temple Storm about that in the meta snapshot.
Yep, put it to tier 4. Yeah.
Congrats to Dear Jason, tenacity, because it's not easy when you like lose a couple with your aggro shaman and then you feel bad about yourself. So like being able to focus. Congrats to THL for the comeback.
Yeah.
Commiserations to NOE it was a very close game. Especially with Secret Paladin, like being up that much, like a lot of the times you just luck into one, so it's a bit of bad luck there as well. And I think everybody played well. Like there was no obvious like, what are you doing moments.
We had some there was a couple like weird moments, but these are very top-notch players. We saw some unconventional lines of play that ended up paying off. So really, really top-level players. Thank you to New Order Esports. Go check them out. They have a Facebook page you can check out, which is New Order Esports. They all stream, so you can look for them on Twitch. Again, just Astrogation is Astrogation7. There you can also, if you're not a part of THL or aware of THL, check us out. We're on Facebook, Team Hearth League, or you can go to our website teamhearthleague.com. Yeah, thanks to everyone. Yeah, we had a blast, and
Yeah, totally. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, well, always a pleasure. You're
I
you're
gotta get like more involved. Every time I do these things, I have a blast. It's just like haven't had enough time that I could commit to doing a weekly thing. That's the only thing. But I love doing these. So yeah, it's nice to be involved still.
well, we loved
Even
having
though
you.
oh,
And we're
thanks.
going to be kicking off season 2, THL season 2 next Saturday. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll be there with Salty Saturday, and you can get your pregame in with Tavern Talk on Thursday. So yeah,
Awesome.
thanks.
Oh, and
Mhm.
I want to throw in one more just special shout out to Richard Stubb, Jedi Knight or Jedi Ninja. What the
Jedi
hell's his
Ninja,
name?
yeah.
Ninja, yeah, who has been working tirelessly to put all this stuff together for us and make all this stuff possible.
Yeah, Jedi
So,
Ninja, and also Necro Havoc. Necro Havoc was the
And
organizer.
Necro Havoc / Eric, yes.
Eric, yep.
They've both been working so hard. You get these beautiful graphics, which like this stuff doesn't just happen, right? Like somebody's sitting there at home making these things for
Somebody's
us.
actually doing
So,
work. It doesn't just
yeah.
magically appear. Again, we
So-
want to thank New Order Esports, and I wanted to get their link to their website. They have a website that's really cool. I believe it's neworder.org or something, but I can't.
Let's just check that.
Find Yeah, thanks. Oh, it is. It's neworder.gg. Is that a thing? .gg? I see that.
I know about pizza.gg, so maybe.
Maybe. All right. Well, we got New Order GG, so check it out, guys. And thanks for having us. Go check out their Twitch channels. These guys are top level ladder performers, and they're all going after the BlizzCon points. So definitely check them out. And Eden, do you stream sometimes? Do you want to give yourself a plug?
I had a stream. It hasn't been live for like almost a year. If you want to follow it for the off chance it comes back on, it's twitch.com/Eden with 6 N's. So EDENNNNNN.
And
There's a little rhythm you get when you type it in, right? EDENNNNN. Twitch.com/Eden.
Yeah,
That's how you
all
say
right.
it.
Well, thanks for thanks for joining us tonight, guys. And we are gonna call it a night. And we'll see you guys later.
Peace.
See ya.